tech news. Carrie brings you up-to-date.
Near you, a fart button.
No thanks.
And what do you mean? She says no thanks. You go, okay.
I go, okay.
At first reported by 9 to 5 Google, Android users on the beta update channel are noticing a new menu in calls made with the Google phone app, dubbed Audio Emoji. This surprise new feature gives callers a soundboard with 6 different sound effects, which both sides of the call can hear. So you're on a call with somebody.
There might be something else I want.
You're on a call with somebody. You could hear clapping, laughing, some sort of celebration, the sad trombone, wah, wah, ba-dum-tum, a rim shot. And for some reason, what do you mean for some reason? For a great reason, fart sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only thing that's emoji about them is that the buttons to play the sounds are emojis. And so you're talking to somebody and you can go based on. I think that's great.
You just did it. Why do you need it?
It's
kind of cooler to do it this way.
Now, let's see who can make the best fart sound. Here's mine. Gina, Carrie. Carrie.
Let me.
No, not a real one.
Not a real one?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're in the 3rd grade. I'm sorry. All right, that's probably about it.
All right.
7-602-9696 is the number. We'll officially begin the program, then we'll go to you. You can also text us at 33986. Do we have a sponsor here, Gina?
Not only do we have a sponsor, I'm going to throw out a thing we haven't done in a long time. A prize for someone who calls to check in this morning.
All right.
Wow.
X96 welcomes Thunder from Down Under, July 19th at the complex.
So if your mom is, anxious to go.
If your mom is anxious.
Just leave it at that. Tickets are on sale now. Details at x96.com. But we have tickets to Thunder Down Under.
And that's what we're going to give away?
Yeah. Now, I want... this is the kind of thing that somebody needs to want them. So when you call...
I don't want... Yeah, I guess I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. The moon is, let's see, it is 70% of full. It's a waning gibbous moon. The moon will set today at 9:46 a.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 18th day of February in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Travel Africa Day. It's National Crab Stuffed Flounder Day. Okay. It's National Drink Wine Day.
Yes.
It's Cow Milked While Flying in an Airplane Day.
What? There's got to be a story there.
To commemorate the day, a cow named Nellie J., which later became Elm Farm Ollie, because the first cow to be flown became the first cow to be flown and milked in an airplane. The event was part of a scientific effort to study the effect of height on cows' ability to produce milk. I wonder if they can produce milk up in a plane.
Well, let's take her up there and find out.
It was a scientific experiment.
How are you going to know unless you do it?
That's right. And it's also...
What year was that?
We've got to know, damn it.
I didn't put the year
All
down.
these years, we've got to know.
It was in the early 1900s.
Okay.
And it's also Thumb Appreciation Day.
I do.
A day to appreciate your thumb.
Do you know what I think about every time I wash my hands
Sean
now?
Boy Walton.
No. I mean, yes, but Weird Al Yankovic, during the pandemic, had the funniest tweet of the entire pandemic. He said, I never noticed when you're washing your hands, you can treat your thumb like you're driving a car, like a video game.
Huh?
It was the pandemic.
That was the funniest.
It was the pandemic.
Yes.
Funniest thing you.
Yes.
We were.
And when I wash my hands now, I think of Weird Al Yankovic,
Gina,
and I pretend I'm playing a video game, washing my thumb. Like that.
It was the pandemic.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. This is an all-new edition of the official morning show of Crab Stuffed Flounder.
Yes.
It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Right over there, Kerry Jackson putting on his work hat. I'm full of crab stuffed flounder. I'm Bill Allred. She's got a screw loose. She's something wrong with her over there.
I love washing my thumbs.
Gina Barberi. See, I didn't until I saw you. I didn't know what you were talking about. You could have described.
I understood.
You could have described your thumb as a joystick.
I understood.
But I didn't. Had no idea what you were talking about. Katie for short is our fine producer, and I believe Maya is here today.
Yes.
Helping out as well. And now we go to your check-ins and the possibility of winning Thunder Down Under tickets.
No passive winner here. We
Yeah.
want an excited winner.
Pretend to be excited.
All right. Ryan is here.
Hello, Ryan. Where are you calling from?
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And this is Ryan over from Bean Trailer, and I just wanted to call and say thanks for letting me play Beat Gina on Friday. That was a wonderful surprise for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. So thanks
good.
again.
That's great.
Glad.
Ryan, I'll trade you a pair of Thunder Down Under tickets for a Bean trailer.
Oh.
See, I can't win anything because
That's
I've already
right.
won
That's right.
recently.
That's
Bill.
true. You're lucky.
Phew.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I don't have to go to Thunder Down Under.
Yeah.
You don't get to go to
I went to Thunder Down
don't get
Under.
to go.
No, I think it was Riverdance. It was. My mother wanted to see.
Yeah,
that.
that's
Those are totally
Big
different.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Totally
yeah. It's the same.
No,
concept.
No, it's
no,
not.
even a little
If
bit.
it's people on stage, yes, it's the same concept.
It's not even close to the same thing.
Okay. Thanks.
No, tell us, please.
There is a lot of dancing.
There are men dancing.
There are bare-chested people in both. They're bare. Yes. What was his name? The Lord of the
Flatland.
Dance. He took off his shirt all the time. He loved to take off.
He had an
I
open
think
shirt.
there's less oil in Riverdance.
Yeah.
Less
Less
oil.
oil.
Less
That's
oil.
true. Yeah. Thanks for checking in, Ryan.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go to Perry City listener.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. What's up?
So we went down to St. George on Thursday, and it took us 10 hours to get there.
Oh boy.
But it was a good time. It was well worth it. My daughter's soccer team scored second place in their age tournament.
Well done.
Nice done. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's excellent.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
Did it take 10 hours because of the weather? Or?
Oh, yeah, the weather was horrible.
Oh, was it the weather?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took us 2 hours to go 5 miles right when we got on the freeway in Willard.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, weather was horrible that day.
You
It
should
was a
have.
bad deal.
Did you consider just staying home?
No, you got to go. The tournament's happening. You got to go.
No, because we would have lost our room.
Oh, well. All right.
And besides, driving is safer than flying.
877-602-9696. Thanks for checking in, by the way.
Thank you.
877-602-9696.
Bus driver Troy checking in. Let's see who else. Someone else pointing out that the song Good Vibrations has a theremin in it. Mike in Nashville checking in. My wife got the job that she was interviewing for.
Well, it was our good vibrations. We sat there.
A.A. Ron from Ogden. Snow is not giving me good vibrations for the drive to work. Heads up, the audio is down on the YouTube live stream. Is that right?
Katie will look into it. Had a
Apparently,
couple people texting.
well, I've had
in
two
about that.
different people now
Yeah.
say it. So check on that. I don't know. Let's see. Live feed has no sound. There's a
Yeah.
third person.
Sounds like that's what's happening.
I got all my buttons pushed in here. I can push a few more if you'd
No,
like.
no, don't push them. Don't do it.
'Cause that's what we do. Zane of Dallas checking in. Good Vibrations was a reference in the Lost Season 3 finale.
How do you know that?
You remember that episode because it's not Penny's boat.
Okay.
What did Bill Allred have for dinner last night?
Oh, you'll find out.
Find out.
Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. JB in West Valley checking in. Roads are nice this morning. Alex checking in from South Jordan. Local attorney here trying not to go absolutely insane with the daily assaults from the current administration. Thanks for keeping me sane. Luis of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania checking in. Mikel Averino, Mishak of Erda. Wow, welcome back with the Beach Boys. Lance of Vineyard checking in. I got to say I have a fever, and the only prescription is more Therapin and some thiamine B1 and gin and Malox.
All of
Well,
those.
okay.
Wow.
All right, Cardboard Chris checking in. Rye of Orange checking in. Captain Kurt. Tristan of the most west of Jordans. Kira checking in. I have a theremin. They're fun, but are very difficult to play. Kilroy was here. Checking in from the most pleasantest of groves. Here's a haiku for you about the Beach Boys. Waves crash, voices rise, harmonies ride on sea breeze, endless summer calls.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that right?
I guess.
I don't know how the... Gina mentioned Mr. Roboto. Steve from Rochester says just now, and it reminded me of one of my favorite bits of yours. About 25 years ago, you did a dramatic reading of Mr. Roboto as a tragic Greek chorus.
Domo.
Domo. You're a useless government employee checking in, so excited to go to work, feeling valued.
Cheer up. Maybe you'll get let go. That seems like that's...
Yeah, that'd be cheery.
That's the thing that's happening.
They let him go, and then they go, oh, wait, we need you. And now there's no way to get a hold of you because we let you go.
Yep.
Let's go to Chaz.
Hey, Chaz, good morning. Where are you calling from?
Just checking in. How are you guys?
Good. You're in Ogden?
I am in Ogden, driving a plow truck this morning.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
we only got a couple seconds here. Would you like to go see Thunder Down Under?
Yes, actually.
No, you
It'll be
hesitated.
fun. I'll take my wife.
No, you
I like to see
hesitated.
Things like
Okay,
yeah,
now
interesting all the time.
he said he'll take his wife.
Okay,
Carrie, we
take
got to
your
give him
wife.
away.
All right,
This is our
Chaz.
last chance.
Take your wife. Hang
All right.
on,
Hang on,
Chaz.
Chaz.
Hang on.
That hesitation, I don't know. Traffic.
Crash westbound Pioneer Crossing, 5th West and Lehigh. 2 right lanes are blocked in the intersection, affecting westbound and southbound traffic. Crash eastbound I-80 where the ramp merges from Redwood Road onto the freeway, blocking the right lane and shoulder. And Infiniteam, it's time to assemble once again. Let me know what you're seeing on the road. Sounds like some people are having snow. We're not down here in Salt Lake, but Ogden, I guess, is. Train completely stopped, blocking the road 1800 north in Clinton. Thank you, friend of the program, for sending that in at 33986.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a break, play a song for you, and then we have news and Frank Christa Presents all coming up. Stand by for that. Larson, HVAC, and Plumbing.
They're our friends.
Yes.
And they're friends of the program, the Larson family. Owned and operated by the Larson family since 2017. LarsonHVAC.com/X96 is where you go to learn more. You ever noticed you have hard water buildup on your faucets and shower heads? And wouldn't it be nice to get that and extend the life of your appliances and water fixtures at the same time? Well, Larson HVAC, they're our go-to guys. They've been in all of our houses. I had the tankless water heater put in. Carrie's had them in doing stuff too. Bill's had them in. You should have them in your house. They're fast, convenient, affordable. They want to take care of what you actually need. They're not going to sell you things that don't. Plus, they are Rheem Pro certified. And right now, friends of the program get $500 off a new water softener. Enjoy the feel of soft water. Make your appliances and faucets last longer. Plus, get rid of all that hard water buildup. Go to LarsonHVAC.com/X96 for details, or just mention X96 when you call 801-930-5450 Larson. Nauseating story about how wonderful my husband is.
I just when you mentioned this off the air, I thought, oh, I can't wait to hear this about how perfect something is.
So when my husband was 18, his mom, for Christmas, gave him a couple of $100 and a bunch of magazines on investing.
Investing.
Like, you're 18 now. I'm going to give you a little bit of money, and you're going to learn how to invest in the stock market.
Oh, okay.
This is a good way to jumpstart you learning how to do this. And this story has been lore in our family for a while. We've talked about it a lot because that stock that he bought with that money he gave him, he still owns today.
Really?
What is it in?
Oh, it's a
Tobacco, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cigarette company.
Yep, cigarette company.
Yeah.
So now Jonesy, my daughter, is 18, and she said to her dad the other day, "I want you to teach me about finances.
Oh, nice.
I too would like to learn the secrets." And she said that a few days ago. So Monday night, my husband, after walking to the grocery store, buying the groceries, coming home and cooking the dinner which was, I had offhandedly asked him a while ago to recreate a meal that I had in Florence when I went there. So he's shopping.
Okay.
He's making this.
He's walking to the
grocery store. He's making me this meal that I have requested.
It was a hamburger, wasn't it?
No, it was a butter chicken dish. So he's cooked that. We've eaten dinner, and after dinner, he says, "Okay, kids, you're not excused from the table yet."
Uh-oh.
And he has a piece of paper in front of him, and it's a
Yes, Father.
It's a syllabus for finance class.
Okay.
For the kids, and it has there's a name of the class, and the title of the class is "Finance: A Lifelong Journey."
A lifelong journey.
And he has like bullet points. It's like instead of my daughter saying, "Hey, I kind of am curious. I got some money for
put a couple of
Christmas."
$100 in there.
Yeah, no, he's created this a class for our children on how to.
Dad, remind me to never ask you anything again.
No, they were into it.
Well, of course they were.
Well, watch.
Because not only is your husband perfect, but so are your kids.
You're gonna hate this. So my husband
More than I do now?
Yes. So my husband starts with a quote that he said, my dad told me this when I was younger, and that's as far as he got into it. And my daughter pulls out her phone, and he said, we're not going to be on our phones while we're doing this. And she said, no, I have a file in my notes on the phone, and the file is called Quotes from Dad. And this isn't quotes that like she keeps track of because she thinks they're funny. Like she has
They're inspirational.
They're inspirational.
Wow.
Remind me in the next break to tell you what a crappy father I am.
No, Bill, if it makes you feel any better, I am a crappy mother because I didn't walk to the store or cook the dinner or prepare the finance class. And I'm just sitting there drinking wine, contributing nothing.
All of my children are woeful underachievers who have no money.
And everyone texting in is asking the same question that I'm going to ask is, can I join this class?
You want to come to class?
Because,
finance class?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do any of that. That's why I have a guy.
Yeah.
And I say, I trust you. You go ahead.
But my husband's point would be, he has a guy too, but you should trust him totally.
But Gina, the thing is, when my guy says, this is what I'm doing, and here's why I'm doing it, and here's how you do it, and da-da-da-da-da, and I sit there and I go, and I have no idea what he's talking about. And I could sit in your husband's class with your children who are smarter than I am, and I would go, and not understand a single thing he was saying.
I can't tell you how much I love that my daughter on her phone has a. She doesn't have she doesn't have me quotes.
Well, of course not.
She should have a list of your sign-offs.
She should have a list of the dumb things you've done. I would like one of those quotes.
Yeah. What is in?
I would like some of those.
What is in
quotes.
this file? At least.
Yeah.
I'll ask her today to show me.
Because
I didn't see it, but
maybe you could share one a day with us.
Yeah.
Sure. It might elevate our lives somehow to the level of yours.
But so his quote that she wrote down that night was why it's important to get a good education.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you have it, nobody can take that from you. If you have money can be taken from you. You can lose things. That education is in your head and it's yours, and you have it no matter what.
Well, a guy with a gun could take it.
I will ask Jonesy to show me the quotes today.
Yes, we need this.
We need the.
Who deserves a milk dad? You do.
That's one of them. That's one of the.
Because on this day, historic day in punk rock. 1977, The Damned released Damned, Damned, Damned.
That's really damned.
Their first full-length album.
I just wanted to make sure you got it.
Featuring Neat, 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 and that song, New Rose. All right. 640. Go ahead. Call it 640.
Okay, 640.
Big boy news now.
Oh,
right?
wait, Carrie, can I stop you? It's also the guitarist for the Damned's birthday today.
It is?
Brian James' birthday.
Well, there we go. Double
reasons.
We got big boy news now. Right after the big boy news, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
Ministry tickets.
Who's coming with Ministry?
My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult.
We should play some. If you know, you know.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Anybody else coming with them?
Die Krups.
Oh, that's a full show. Mm-hmm. All right. So you get those Ministry tickets. All you got to do is, and it's fitting that it's Frank Christ presents.
That's why I picked it.
And Ministry. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Frank Christ Presents to get those tickets to see Ministry. Right after this, big boy news and Opinioendo brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Oscar-winning actress Julianne Moore says she was shocked to learn that a children's book she wrote was pulled from bookshelves in schools run by the Department of Defense. In a post on Instagram, Moore said that her first book, Freckle-Faced Strawberry, is a semi-autobiographical story about a 7-year-old girl who learns to love her freckles. Learns to love them so much that every movie she's in, she's naked.
No,
Have you ever noticed that?
That's not part of the book.
No, it isn't. It's a book I wrote for my children and for other kids to remind them that we all struggle, but we are united by our humanity and our community.
Well, clearly kids can't be exposed to that.
The Defense Department's Defense Agency activity operates a network of schools serving military families across the globe. Earlier this month, the agency said it would remove and review books potentially related to gender ideology or discriminatory equity ideology topics to comply with the Trump administration's executive order to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Moore said, "I'm particularly stunned because I'm a proud graduate of Frankfurt American High School, a DDO school that once operated in Frankfurt, Germany." She added that her father was a Vietnam War veteran. "It is galling for me to realize that kids like me, growing up with a parent in the service and attending a DODEA EDU school, will not have access to a book written by someone whose life experience is so similar to their own." An official list of books being reviewed or potentially banned has not been provided by the Pentagon. You know the main reason they took it out.
Yes.
Because it was written by Julianne Moore, a Hollywood liberal.
Probably. Well, you know, and if kids read that, it'll make them have empathy.
That would be terrible.
We don't want
can't
that.
have that.
No.
The Living Planet Aquarium has announced some sad news, saying that their clouded leopard has passed away.
Aww.
The aquarium said that Koshi, a beloved 10-year-old male clouded leopard, was recently diagnosed with sudden onset diabetes. While he initially showed signs of improvement after several days of supportive care, the disease ultimately took a toll and he sadly passed away, their announcement read. Our veterinarian and animal care teams provided him with the best possible care, ensuring his comfort every step of the way. Koshi was truly a special part of the aquarium family, and his presence will be deeply missed by both staff and guests. Utah Governor Spencer Cox has signed into law a ban on transgender students living in public college dorms that align with their gender identity, marking the third time in as many years he's approved legislation that has restricted the small community under the LGBTQ umbrella.
He could have vetoed it. He could have just not signed it.
Yes, he could have.
But he signed it.
He had to because it hurts everyone.
His signature came Friday night as he included the ban among the first slate of bills he's endorsed for this legislative session. He also approved the controversial measure to block collective bargaining for public unions. Advocacy groups and residents across the state had pleaded over the past few weeks for Cox to veto both measures. In a recent letter to the governor, the ACLU of Utah wrote about House Bill 269, the dorm bill, "These attacks harm trans people and anyone perceived as a threat by leaders who are supposed to represent all of us."
And that's all they do. They do not protect anybody.
They just harm people.
They just harm people. This is something you could have moved rooms without this law in place. Nobody's going to force you to live with somebody you don't want to live with.
Cox signed the bill without comment. It shows somewhat of a continuing departure for Cox, who, when the first piece of legislation against the transgender community came across his desk in 2022, he vetoed it. Well, he's been told, I'm sure he's been told by members of the legislature, if you keep doing this, you will not be governor. We will make sure that you are not governor again.
Well, and Musk himself has
although-
said that he's going to primary anybody who opposes the president.
Although I think, this is odd too, because I think Spencer Cox has said he's not going to run again.
Oh, really? Did he?
Well, he did say that, but of course he probably wants to run for Senate.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So, but if he doesn't keep the Republican legislators in the Utah State Legislature on his side, none of that will happen.
I would love it if people stood by their values and not care about whether they're going to get reelected or not.
Well, that's
what I want.
That's how you lose your job.
But you do the right thing. Yeah. You can sleep at night if you do that.
So let's see the. Kristen and Shane Bowler of the Utah Natural Meat and Milk Company. They testified before the legislature. Utah lawmakers are considering a bill to create a protocol for state officials when raw milk is suspected of causing an outbreak of a foodborne illness. A move one milk producer said should bring clarity to a process that can create a really long waiting game. House Bill 414 would also change the process through which a raw milk dairy permit can be suspended if the dairy is found to be the source of milk that created such an outbreak. Here's my suggestion. Let's pass a piece of legislation that says you can't produce raw milk. Raw milk is not allowed. Period. End of statement. You have to pasteurize your milk or you can't sell it. Period.
Yeah.
And now, in other news, let's talk crime. We go to the crime desk with our ace crime reporter, Gina Barberi.
A wealthy Utah mother of 3 accused of shooting her husband dead while he slept following a screaming match over an alleged affair she was having appeared in court. Police are still searching for the body. Jennifer Gledhill, 42 years old, pleaded not guilty to murder and waived her right to a preliminary hearing at the Matheson Courthouse. This happened a couple days ago. Gledhill, dressed in a blue jail jumpsuit with black framed glasses, her hair tied back, confirmed waiving her rights to the hearing was her decision when asked by the judge. The cold-blooded killing allegedly came after a night of drunken sex during which Gledhill admitted to sleeping with another man. The mom's accused of fatally shooting her 51-year-old husband, Matthew Johnson, in their Cottonwood Heights home in late September after they got in an argument when he confronted her about the affair. The mom of 3 then allegedly disposed of his body and reported him missing on September 28th, 8 days after the alleged killing. The alleged killing was brought to light after a man came forward and told cops he'd had an affair with Gledhill and that she confessed to him about the gruesome murder. Her alleged lover, who has not been named, claimed Gledhill told him her husband, a Utah National Guard member, had confronted her on September 20th and yelled at her because he knew she'd been sleeping with someone. This is the woman who killed him, buried him in a shallow grave somewhere, she said, but still has not told police where that is. And then neighbors saw her parents come over to the house for hours
with buckets and mops,
cleaning the house.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll keep following this.
I think my parents had probably helped me cover up a murder.
Yeah, they probably.
Yeah.
In the January 29th fatal crash between a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter and an American Airlines passenger jet, which is still under investigation, one controller was handling both commercial airline and helicopter traffic at the busy airport.
What could go wrong?
Just days before the collision, Trump had already fired all the members of the Aviation Security Advisory Committee, a panel mandated by Congress after the 1988 Pan Am 103 bombing over Lockerbie, Scotland. The committee is charged with examining safety issues at airlines and airports. And now Trump has begun firing several hundred Federal Aviation Administration employees just weeks after that fatal mid-air collision at Ronald Reagan Airport. Probationary workers were targeted in late-night emails Friday, notifying them that they had been fired, said David Spiro, president of the Professional Aviation Safety Specialists Union. The impacted workers include personnel hired by FAA for radar, landing and navigational aid maintenance. One air traffic controller told the Associated Press that air traffic controller, I'm not authorized to speak to the media, but they're firing a lot of people.
What could go wrong?
18 people were injured in an incident as a Delta airline planes flipped over on landing at a Toronto airport yesterday. There were 80 people on board the plane, according to the FAA. The fuselage of the plane upside down at the snowy Toronto Pearson International Airport, but fortunately no one was killed in that accident. Top U.S. and Russian envoys are meeting in Saudi Arabia on Ukraine. You know who's not part of that meeting?
Ukraine.
That's just wrong.
Oh, they're going to divvy it up, man.
Doctors have ordered Pope Francis to be on absolute rest in the hospital. Not just partial rest.
Absolute
rest. The 88-year-old Pope was admitted to the hospital following a week-long bout of bronchitis. And finally this. The city killing space rock now has an even better odds of ruining everybody's day by instantly vaporizing them. We're talking about the spin the roulette wheel to find out if we're going to die soon odds.
Yes.
Remember that pesky asteroid 2024 YR4?
Yeah.
They've been tracking. Well, according to the latest NASA calculations, and for those keeping score at home, the Are We Doomed Yet impact tracker puts it at a spicy 1 in 38 chance, or a 2.633% chance out of 100.
What year, though? What are we looking at?
That's pretty soon. I want to say 2032. Yeah, December 22nd, 2032.
Great.
So potentially, this could wipe out several major cities with the force of 500 Hiroshima bombs.
Bill, I don't know if you saw that text from somebody that said, please, anything to positive, anything
Here's
good?
the positive. Here's the positive.
Anything at all?
It's a 98% chance that it won't happen.
Okay, I'll take that.
How about that?
I'll
Just a little shy of a 98% chance. It's a 97 point something percent chance that it won't happen. So what do you think?
Good luck to your grandkids.
All right, that's it.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
The Four Nations face-off is down to 2, which means we're going to hear more booing for the national anthem.
Well-deserved booing.
Because it's Canada versus the United States. They will play Thursday, it looks like, for the final of the Four Nations face-off.
Listen, I'm going to be doing some foreign travel here in a few months, and I'm just going to introduce myself as, hi, I'm Carrie. I'm from America. Yes, we're terrible.
Yes, I agree that we're terrible. Who's not terrible, the Utah men's basketball team, they beat Kansas State 74-69. And let's see, we've got Utah women, home game tonight at 7 o'clock against Oklahoma State. And BYU is home to the Kansas Jayhawks at 7 o'clock. That's your sports. Weather. We did have some reports up north where people are seeing some snow this morning, about a 20% chance of snow before 11 a.m. possible. Cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly sunny with a high near 42 today. Traffic, we have a crash, westbound Pioneer Crossing, 5th West in Lehigh. 2 right lanes are blocked in the intersection, affecting westbound and southbound traffic. Looks like that's the only issue this morning. If you see something, though, somebody says, lots of fog driving to the rocket factory at Promontory. Be safe. Thank you, we appreciate that. Be safe out there, 33986.
Oh, here he is. Hi, Frank.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Mr. I really should.
No, please, call me Frank.
Familiar's
We're
okay?
friends. We're
Yes.
friends.
All right, Mr. Christ, I will call you Frank.
I mean, after all, I'll be the last person you meet.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well,
The last face you see.
We should have a good relationship, I think.
well, that asteroid's 2032. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Frank Christ is a Grim Reaper. He is the Reaper. He specializes in celebrity souls. When a celebrity dies, it is Frank's job to go and collect the essence, the spirit, the soul of that celebrity and take it to the distribution center. And he doesn't like his job, do you?
No.
Tell everybody why you hate doing
I love our precious celebrities.
Did you get President's Day off, or is that a vacation?
Oh,
day
no,
for
I have
you?
no days
No.
off. So
No, he's on
celebrities,
call.
celebrities could go at any time.
guess.
I did hover over the Saturday Night Live red carpet, though.
Well, Paul
Garrett
Simon.
Morris wasn't walking.
No.
Paul Simon was.
Paul's not looking. He
he's-
looks like me.
He's hanging in there, though. Frank joins us here on the show on weekdays to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's a macabre game. Frank has given me a list of 4 celebrities, and on this list, well, 3 of them are,
Oh, they're just fine.
and Frank is happy to say that they're just fine.
I love our precious celebrities.
But one of the celebrities here, well, Frank has had to take.
Oh.
And it is the contestant's job to figure out which celebrity is dead, and who do we have?
George is here.
George, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Yes, you
good
are,
to hear,
George.
George.
Now, George, if you can identify the dead celebrity on this list, and there are only 4 of them, you will win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
X96 welcomes Ministry coming to the Union June 1st with My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. And Die Krupps, x96.com for ticket links and more information.
I'm just going for Die Krupps, and then I'm leaving. Let's see, George, it's Thumb Appreciation Day. And because of that, Frank has given me a list of actors who are in movies that feature hitchhiking. Okay?
There's quite a few, actually.
Yes, there are, surprisingly.
Hey, before we start, the music's really loud.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why that would be.
All right, is that better now? Is that George?
It's still really loud.
Really? Huh. I wonder what's going on there. It seems correct in our headphones, but
It sounds like carnival music.
oh, is there something else going on too?
No.
Well, can you hear us okay, George?
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Identify the dead.
Now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
I'm just over here pushing buttons like
maybe
everyone does.
Maybe you should have Carrie do it.
Yeah.
All right, George, I'm going to read these celebrities. You tell me the dead one, and you'll get those tickets to see Ministry. Here we go. Number 1, Daphne Zuniga made her film debut in the slasher film The Dorm That Dripped Blood, followed by a lead role in another slasher film, The Initiation. She also appeared in Modern Girls, Spaceballs, and in the science fiction horror sequel The Fly 2. On TV, she was in Melrose Place and One Tree Hill. Her hitchhiking movie, The Sure Thing. Number 1, Daphne Zuniga. Number 2, Billy Greenbush, a character actor who had roles in many films such as The Savage Seven, 5 Easy Pieces, Monty Walsh, The Culpeper Cattle Company, Electric Glide and Blue, and Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. On TV, he had a recurring role on Hill Street Blues and tried to kill Colonel Blake in an episode of MASH. His hitchhiking movie, The Hitcher. Number 2, Billy Greenbush. Number 3 is John Hurt. Gained notice in the film A Man for All Seasons. He played Caligula in the BBC TV series I, Claudius. He earned an Academy Award nomination for Midnight Express and The Elephant Man. Other films include Alien, Heaven's Gate, 1984, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and Snowpiercer. Number 3, his hitchhiker movie, Even Cowgirls Get the Blues. Number 3 is John Hurt. And finally, C. Thomas Howell made his debut as Tyler in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. He starred in The Outsiders, Red Dawn, Secret Admirer, Soul Man, Tank, and The Return of the Musketeers. His hitchhiking movie, The Hitcher 2, I've Been Waiting. Number 4 is C. Thomas Howell. George, one of those actors is dead. Which one?
Is it Greenbush?
No.
No, he's fine.
No, Billy Greenbush.
He's just fine.
He's 89, but he's hanging in there. But, you know, George, we always give people a second chance, so listen carefully. Is it Daphne Zuniga, C. Thomas Howell, or John Hurt?
John Hurt.
Yeah,
There
it is
you go.
John Hurt. Died in 2017 at the age of 77, although he always looked to me as though he had died some years before that. John Hurt, fine actor.
He's no longer hurt.
No, he's not. Congratulations, George. You're going to go see Ministry. If you've never seen them, take earplugs. They're very...
Yes, it's 1993 all over again.
Yes,
yeah,
it
no
is.
kidding. Yeah, hang on, George. Hang on.
Oh, has anyone seen Sybil Shepherd?
I think
No.
she's fine.
75.
Mm,
I just wonder if anyone had seen her.
No, I haven't.
I
no.
haven't.
You should go check on her.
I'm going to check on her and Yoko Ono today.
Yoko's,
Yoko?
yeah, she's 80-something.
92.
Oh,
92
Man.
today. Ooh, I'll be very careful.
yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Just one accident to tell you about. Crash westbound Pioneer Crossing, 5th West and Lehigh. 2 right lanes are blocked in the intersection, affecting westbound and southbound traffic. Whatever you're seeing on the roads, please text us if it's safe for you to do that and let us know. That's Infiniteam for you, 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
KXRK Provo, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages with a Utah word of the day. Brand new one and timely as today's headlines. Coming up. Stand by for all of that. BigOTires.com.
You know what I want you to do? I want you to find the Big O Tire store near you. I want you to march in there and say, tell me about the healthy car special right now.
Demand to
I
learn
need to
about
know.
the healthy car special.
You! Get
Over here. Come here.
It's only $45. It includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more. That's just $45. That's for a limited time only.
Big O Tires wants to keep everybody safe on the road, help you save money on tires and service. They say they offer the lowest price on every tire every day. There's always something on sale at Big O. Stop into one of the 50 locally owned and operated locations. They really are your one true stop for car maintenance, and they know that tires and service can be an unexpected expense. They have multiple financing options to keep your car in tip-top shape. Find the Big O Tire store near you. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple, and I always march right in there. Tell me what's on special, you guys. Come on. Big O Tires. You can make an appointment online. They are the team you trust.
Miss.
Change of pace. Today, Beat Gina is Beat Nick. Let's see if Nick can manage even 1 point in today's contest.
Ooh.
I'm Johnny Ola, your booth announcer, introducing a new idea from Campbell's, the soup people.
Oh.
It's Campbell's Beef Broth Soup on the Rocks.
Oh.
It's a new, refreshing drink that perks you up after sports. Soup on the Rocks helps to replenish the salt and liquid that you've lost on the tennis court or golf course.
Wait a second.
Just pour Campbell's Beef Broth straight from the can over ice. It's a nourishing drink, yet low in calories. A refreshing drink that tastes good, too.
Terrible.
When you come in from active sports, have this modern refreshment. You'll like it and feel better for it. Campbell's Beef Broth on Ice. Good. And now, he's what game show hosts are. Good. Carrie Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Care for a glass of beef broth on ice?
Yes.
So that ad campaign failed, you say?
I didn't say that. No.
The appeal of a beef film over ice? That sounds very
Boy,
delicious.
I'll tell you. The randomizer has chosen a contestant to go up against Nick. It's Tyler. Hello, Tyler.
Hello.
All right, Tyler, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. You call it in the air. Heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. Heads.
Oh.
Coin toss app says heads.
Does fail.
So that
Every
means
once in a while.
Nick goes first,
Yes.
giving him an advantage in the game. So that means he could win. Now, if he wins, what are you prepared to do in Nick's name?
Mm-hmm.
I will make him some custom art. He can even pick the colors.
Custom art. Okay.
Custom art. Okay.
But if you manage to beat, you're going to get those Buzz Lovers tickets.
Playing over at Leatherhead Sports Bar this Saturday, June 10th.
Served up in a Radio from Hell coffee mug. All right. First question goes to Nick. It's Prince trivia because it's Prince's birthday today. Nick, here we go. There is a shade of purple dedicated to Prince. What is the name of that shade of purple? Is it 1, Purplesaurus Rex? Is it 2, Alexander the Grape? Is it 3, Prince Purple? Or 4, Love Symbol number 2?
Oh. Wow. That caught me off guard. I thought for sure it'd be Purple Rain. But let's go with number 3.
Prince Purple?
Yeah.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? Nope. Terribly sorry. All right, Tyler, it's your question. There is a shade of purple dedicated to Prince. What is the name of that shade of purple? Is it 1, Purplesaurus Rex? Is it 2, Alexander the Grape? Is it 4, Love Symbol number 2?
I'm gonna go with Purplesaurus Rex.
No, that's Kool-Aid.
This is going to be an exciting
This is going to be a long game.
Tyler is 0. Nick is 0. Tyler's question.
By the way, it's Love Symbol number 2.
Yeah, that makes
Tyler, let's go with this question. What was Prince's favorite meal and drink? Is it 1, spaghetti and orange juice? Is it 2, peanut butter and banana sandwich with a glass of milk? Is it 3, cabbage rolls and coffee? Or is it 4, starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam, butterscotch cloud, tangerine, and a side order of ham? If you set your mind free, baby, maybe you'll understand. Tyler?
I'm gonna say number 3.
Cabbage rolls and coffee is incorrect.
Cabbage rolls and coffee. Good.
No, that's the Schmengi brothers.
Yeah.
What was number 1 again?
Spaghetti and orange juice.
Yes.
That is correct.
Well, there's a point for Nick.
Yeah.
And he controls the question.
Really, spaghetti and orange juice, man.
Nick, what was the name of the charity that Prince created?
Okay.
Name of the charity that Prince created. Was it Love for One Another? Was it 2, the Human Fund? Was it 3, the Bridge for Youth? Or 4, the Human League?
Number 1?
Correct.
Nick, it's 2-0.
Oh,
Tyler,
man.
it's your turn. Try to get back into the game.
Tyler,
I believe.
how did Prince make history on Saturday Night Live? Was it 1?
Oh, I know this one.
Well, hang on. Is it 1, he played Garth on Wayne's World, in a Wayne's World sketch, and no one noticed? Is it 2, he sang the first F-bomb? Is it 3, highest ratings for the time? Or 4, he invented the cone heads?
Let's go with number 2.
Sang the F-bomb, yes.
Yes, well, you're in the game, Tyler. 2-1. However, Nick controls the question, and he could win with this one.
All right.
Let's see.
In 1987, Prince scrapped the release of the Black Album. Why did Prince claim to do that?
Okay.
Was it 1, he discovered too late that Spinal Tap already did it? Was it 2, he realized the entire album was simply an unconscious ripoff of Journey's Frontiers album?
That's not Dennis Miller,
3,
by the way. Some other guy named Dennis in Alpine.
Oh, okay. Alpine.
They briefly mentioned Dennis Miller in the.
He was
not
not.
much.
He was not to be seen.
Not much.
No.
No?
They distanced themselves.
Rob Schneider was in the audience.
Was Dennis Miller there at all?
Nope.
I didn't see him.
They had his picture was there. Was about all we.
I didn't see Dana Carvey either.
Oh, that's weird because he's still on the show actively
Yeah.
all the time.
Interesting.
How about Joe Piscopo?
He was in the audience. And Sue said, "Who is that?" And I went, "That's Joe,
he's a
Joe
lot of
Piscopo."
plastic surgery.
Yeah.
He
he's
had
unrecognizable.
he had a fairly lot to say in the documentary.
Yeah.
Joe Piscopo.
Well, he returned the phone call for the documentary maker, so that's why he got on.
And why Sherry O'Terry? Why hasn't she?
I don't know. She
was always so good on that
always
show.
funny. Yeah. Always. Anyway,
just never seems to have gone anywhere after that.
All right. Well, it is Utah Word of the Day time. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Be unstoppable and adventurous with Bountiful Mazda. Lease your Mazda CX-30 for just $179 a month, or the CX-50 for $239 a month. Find more at bmazda.com.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day. And today's word is...
Smegs. S-M-E-G-S. Smegs. You'll also hear other Utah words in the following exchange, principally smush, S-M-U-S-H, and smolives, S-M-O-L-I-V-E-S.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
That's smush.
Smush. Did I say smoosh?
You did.
I'm sorry, sir.
Smush.
You tell it, Daddy.
Now listen in as the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver meet for breakfast.
Morning, Daddy. What are we having for breakfast?
Well, your mother has very kindly made us a big steaming bowl of this.
I don't like the looks of that, Daddy. What is that?
Smush, Denver. Come on. You've had this before. Smush. Cream of the wheat.
Oh.
And I know what you mean. I don't want this stuff neither. But it's better than what your mother was going to make us.
Well, what was that?
Avocado toast.
Avocado? Lord, I don't even want to think what that is.
You're right. But just be aware, it's a piece of toast with some avocados mushed up on it. And then your mother put small lives on top of that.
Ooh.
I talked her out of it, and she said, fine, I'll make you smush then. I didn't dare say nothing more because you know how she can get.
Why can't we have a regular He-Man breakfast like we usually do.
Denver, you need to pay a little bit of attention to the world around you.
Oh?
We can't have the breakfast we want because all the chickens are sick. They got the flu.
So they have to stay home from work? Are all of them sick so they can't tend to laying?
Well, not all of them, but the gist is, with a lot less chickens producing, the price of the product they produce has went way up, and we can't afford them.
Well, what about another thought, Daddy? I mean, other animals make the same breakfast food that chickens do. What about turkeys or ducks or sparrows or robins? They all produce the same thing chickens do.
And they all got the flu.
Oh.
It's called the bird flu. In Denver, all of them are getting it.
Well, then, Daddy, we need to look at another source of the breakfast food that we love. The breakfast food that we, the men of Mona, Utah, need.
What are you driving at, boy?
Well, Daddy, we just need to check to see who has the flu. Is there turtle flu, lizard flu, or snake flu?
Well, no, not that I heard of.
Well, there you go. We want some eggs for breakfast, a man's breakfast. We can get some bacon, but we need some eggs, a new source. So why not turtle eggs, lizard eggs, snake eggs? How about hash browns, toast, and smegs from a snake?
Denver, we're going to have smush. Cream of wheat. Eat it.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
By the way, I asked 3 times before we went on the air how to say that, and I still got it wrong.
Yes, as a matter of fact,
Smush.
ladies and gentlemen, she asked 3 times before we went on how to say it.
Smush.
Smoosh
I
would
read
be
it smoosh.
smoosh.
I
Would
know
be
it's smush.
Smoosh would be SMOO.
2 O's.
I read it. I
Oosh.
know what it is, but I read it smoosh. I'm sorry.
She's hard-headed, Daddy.
I don't think her brain works right.
She's hard-headed.
That's what I think.
Well,
You know,
she ain't from around here.
and I think at the Dawn at the end of this sketch, Dawn has just come to the complete and utter conclusion that his son is a moron.
He just kind of
Finally?
He just kind of threw his hands up
I
at that
mean,
point, didn't
just
he?
worse than ever. Worse than ever. He's one of those kind of stupid people who thinks they're really creative and smart. You know, the kind of people that a lot of people work with.
Or vote with.
Yeah, we're in the legislature.
Yeah. All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
Oh, this is an update from the Cottonwood Canyon's UDOT SR 190 and SR 210 travel tips. Be prepared for all road conditions. Expect weather-related travel delays this morning. Check resort parking status. Have proper traction devices. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. That's fun if you get stuck and you're low on gas and you run out of gas. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. And park to the right of the white line, they are asking. Good news is I've got no accidents to tell you about, and I don't think you've sent me anything in. But please, if you see something, say something, let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
All right, we've got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you will be voting for. Boner candidate number 1. The issue should have been resolved by closing the theater. Boner candidate number 2. Elon takes a break from running America to mock a blind person. And boner candidate number 3. As ever, as if. What a phony.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by. We're going to play some messages and a song, and we'll get those to you right away. Let's see. Oh, Haster Games, 6831 South State Street is their location. They have been doing the tabletop board gaming thing longer than anybody that I know of in Utah. So cut the screen time and stay entertained with board games from locally owned. That's the key, Haster Games. Go down and say hi to Cthulhu Bob, and he'll take care of you. This week at Haster, now in stock, the ultimate multiplanar drag race in Magic the Gathering's newest set, Aether Drift. This set takes place across several different planes as characters old and new race to earn rewards beyond all comparison. Also available now is the Astra Militarium Army set, Death Corps of Krieg, a fan favorite amongst Warhammer lovers. The Death Corps of Krieg get their long-awaited plastic miniatures in this beautiful limited-time box, including alongside the miniatures of the new 10th edition Astra Militarum Codex, which can be used to field all types of militarium regiments on the tabletop. Stock of this special box is very limited, so get it before it's gone. Go down and see him. Check out the website for more information, but I would just go down there and demand to see these games. 6831 South State Street, Hastur has it.
The X90...
Ever show up? She wants Mo.
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, if you want Mo, then you'll get Mo here at Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Have you ever wondered why so many women smoke Lucky Strike cigarettes?
I have wondered that.
It's because Luckies draw easily and burn evenly. So round, so firm, so fully packed. Lucky Strike cigarettes. And now, don't you strike out for another show, because here's someone we're lucky to have filling in for your host, Gary Jackson. It's Katie for short.
Hey, Katie.
Hello, Katie for short.
Hello.
It's nice to have you here.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
You're going to MC the game, are you?
You bet.
Do we have a contestant?
We do. We've got Marcy. Marcy, are you there?
I'm here. Yep.
Beautiful. All right, Marcy. First, if you don't know how to play Beat Gina, it is the first to 3 to win. And if Gina beats you, what are you offering her?
I'll donate $100 to the Road Home.
Excellent. Beautiful. And if you beat me, you will get tickets to see Cage the Elephant at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on June 20th, featuring special guest Young the Giant. If you want more information about that show, you can go to x96.com.
All right.
You're going to toss a coin?
I am going to use my phone because I don't know where Carrie's coin is at the moment.
It's in his pocket.
It probably is.
Right over there, I think.
It might be. All right. Marcy, it is you get to call it. Is it heads or tails?
Tails.
Let's see.
Katie's flipping with her phone.
I forgot I turned my sound off, and so it is tails. All right, Marcy. You're going first.
All right.
Step closer to winning those Cage the Elephant tickets.
All right.
Sweet. I'm stoked.
Like it was ever in question.
First question. Prince. So this is Prince trivia. I think I forgot to mention this. Prince trivia because it is his birthday. He has a duet, or he was to duet with Michael Jackson on his album Bad, but said no to at the last second. Why did he not, or what did he not like about the song? And why did he say no? 1, he found out he was shorter than Michael. 2, he didn't like the first lyrics, "Your butt is mine." 3, you could not get a straight answer as to who or what Shimon is or was. 4, Prince wanted a searing guitar solo in there, and Michael said no.
Ooh, I'm going to go with the last one, B. B.
In B.
The last one or
The
B?
last one or B?
The last
D as in dog.
D as in dog.
Is that the last one? Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, you don't ever turn down a searing guitar solo from Prince. I bet he didn't like "Your Butt Is Mine," maybe. Is that really what
it really
was?
is correct. Yes, that is
Oh no.
that is 1 point for Gina right there for you.
All right.
All right.
Gina controls the question.
I thought we'd have Cage the Elephant trivia. I mean, that.
You would think, but it's Prince's birthday. All right, Gina.
Here we go.
Let's find a harder one for you.
What? There's no such
thing. All right. During high school, he was in a band. What was the name of the band?
Okay.
Number 1, Champagne. Number 2, Nice Little Salad. Number 3, Purple Rain. Or 4, Layover Diarrhea.
Jeez. It must be Champagne.
It's 2 points for Gina. Marcy, you've got to get back into the game or get
Man,
into
I'm
the
behind.
game. Yes.
All right.
2-0.
All right, Marcy, here's this for you. What of the following songs was he mentioned in? Is it 1, You Get What You Give by New Radicals? Number 2, Shoop by Salt and Peppa? Number 3, Dry Lube by the Cells Themselves? Or 4, Lil Dad Bod by Magician's Beard?
Oh, goodness. I have no idea. B. B as in boy.
B as in boy? You
Wow.
are correct.
Good
Wow,
guess.
good
Yes.
guess.
All right, she's making her way back into the game.
Well,
Making a comeback.
It's 2-1, but Gina controls the question. She could win.
All right, Gina. In his An Evening with Kevin Smith in 2002 film, director Kevin Smith says that he learned during the shooting of a documentary for Prince that he has made about 50 things that were never released. What did he make? Is it number 1, 50 dessert cookbooks? Number 2, 50 different patent shades of purple?
Okay.
Number 3, 50 music videos for songs that were never released? Or number 4, 50 ways to leave your lover?
I'm wondering if it's videos.
Is that your final
Yes.
answer? You
And
are
Gina
correct.
wins the game. So
Oh,
sorry,
no.
Marcy.
No,
So
it's,
sorry.
you know what? It's not
Dang
Marcy's
it.
fault. She thought she was getting Cage the Elephant trivia, and so she was not expecting.
I would have smoked that.
There you go.
I think because we didn't give her the trivia she wanted, we should go ahead and give you these Cage the Elephant tickets anyway.
Aw,
We've
that's
got a-
so nice.
And we've got a pack of Lucky Strike cigarettes for you as well, so enjoy that.
All right, Marcy, we're going to put you on
I'll
hold.
donate those too.
Oh, thank you. We're going to put you on hold, and somebody will get your information for you.
All right. Well, it's so long for now. I've been selected to be someone's second in a pistol duel in about 20 minutes.
Oh, you can't be late for that.
Gotta go.
Good luck.
Well, close to you, close to me. It's time for another Beat Gina. I'm well-fed game show announcer Johnny Ola, here to tell you the modern way to old-fashioned good eating is broadcast brand corned beef hash.
Broadcast brand.
The perfect way to serve youngsters a hot meal for lunch, even on your busiest days. Just heat up a can of broadcast corned beef hash in just 4 minutes. Top it with rich red catsup and let them enjoy lean, tender corned beef the way children like it best. Dad will go for it as the main course for dinner. Thrifty and so good, they'll think it's homemade. And try these other broadcast favorites too. Broadcast Ready Meat, Broadcast Chili Con Carne, and new home-style broadcast beef stew.
Wow.
And now, let's broadcast it everywhere. Here's a man who loves his hash, Kerry Jackson.
Broadcast brand, huh?
Broadcast brand.
Ready meat sounds scary.
Ready Meat. It's R-E-D-I.
Ah,
R-E-D-I-MEAT. What is that, you
I
ask?
don't
That is
want to know.
not suspicious at all.
No.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant, Gina. You'll be playing against, is it Marcello or Marcello?
Marcelo.
Marcello is here to play. All right, yep.
There's
Good morning,
the-
Marcelo.
There's those beeps. I guess
Good
the
morning,
phones
guys.
aren't
Well,
fixed. All right, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game, Marcello. Heads or tails, call it.
Heads.
All right. Actual coin, heads wins.
Oh, Marcelo, you're one step closer to winning these tickets to see Oliver Tree February 7th at the Great Saltaire.
All right.
Oh,
The first question is yours, and it's multiple choice. You get to answer it exclusively. 4 answers. You decide which one is the correct answer. You get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to steal your point away with a correct answer. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. All right. First questions are Pulp Fiction trivia. A couple of Pulp Fiction trivia. Here we go. First question. What brand of cigarettes does Butch smoke? What brand of cigarettes does Butch smoke? Is it 1, Snarlamint plasma-tipped cigarettes for monsters? 2, Marlboro Reds? 3, Bandage cigarettes, the broke smoke? Or 4, Red Apple?
let's go with number 2.
Marlboro Reds? You'd think that, but no.
Red Apple?
Red Apple is correct. Yes.
It's 1 for Gina,
Gotta remember to cross those out.
and Gina controls the question.
I just let that be.
Yes. Gina,
Yes.
I'm going to turn the phone down while we answer.
Not your fault.
Oh, boy.
What?
I remember when this album was put out. In 1988, the Church released their 5th studio album, Starfish, featuring songs like Under the Milky Way, which I would have played, but it's a little slow.
No, I like that song.
You like that? Oh, I
Yeah.
should have played it. I'm sorry.
No. I
No,
mean
the one you
played.
played.
Oh, okay. Destination, Antenna, and that song, Reptile. Okay.
I like the rattlesnake sound in it.
All right, it's time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 stories which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, February 18, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. The issue should have been resolved by closing the theater. Talia Walker had just entered one of the 10 screening rooms at Event Cinemas Miranda when she noticed something unusual on an aisle seat. A seat covered in mold. There are some pictures, I don't know if we have them, of the seat was not the only one covered in fungus. As Walker moved the camera up the steps to the next row of seats, it became clear that multiple chairs in the cinema had been taken over by mold.
What the hell?
If the thought of watching Baby Girl in a chair engulfed by mutant bacteria doesn't sound bad enough, Walker added, the smell was unbearable. It smelled like vinegar and mold.
Oh, that's gross.
And as if they had tried to clean it or hide it, but it had ended up leaving early due to the smell, she said. A few others went out to complain about the smell and didn't get anyone coming in to check. The whole experience made me feel gross and uncomfortable when I just wanted to relax and watch a movie. I tried searching for a seat that didn't have mold on it, but I couldn't find one. Event Cinemas blamed the mold outbreak on recent bouts of rain. Due to the recent weather that Sydney, Australia has experienced, including rain and high humidity, our cinemas at Miranda experienced some mold, a spokesman said, but the issue has been resolved. You know, the issue should have been resolved by closing the theater.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 1.
And you go looking for somebody to help you, and there's nobody there because they've fired
Nobody
everybody
works there.
to maximize the profits for the shareholders. Yeah.
Here's Boner candidate number 2. Elon takes a break from running America to mock a blind guy.
I didn't hear about this.
Bro-in-chief Elon Musk, whose emotional development stalled in middle school,
Yes.
found a fresh way to be terrible this week by mocking a blind person's disability. It all started when the thin-skinned South African entrepreneur had a man-baby meltdown after blind government watchdog Dylan Hetler Gaudet committed the sin of testifying to Congress about waste in Musk's precious Doge program. Rather than addressing the actual criticism, Mr. Hairplug went full mean girl, unleashing his army of reply guys and basement-dwelling debate lords to cyberbully a literal blind person.
Wow.
Mr. Hedler Godet. In a digital temper tantrum, Space Joffrey retweeted
Space Joffrey?
a sneering post about the blind director who doesn't see waste with crying, laughing emojis. The Washington Post reports this latest toddler-grade tantrum inspired exactly the kind of responses you'd expect from lick-spittle incels whose life's mission is defending an infantile billionaire who wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire.
Who wrote this?
I don't know
It's
who wrote it.
It's very well written, I gotta say.
The tweet garnered more than 21 million views and sparked dozens of hateful messages to Hedler Gaudet's account. He couldn't see S, the perfect excuse for being unable to perform your job, one poster said. The DEI blind guy can't see fraud. You can't make up this garbage. Ha, ha, ha. One person even called for posters to surface Hedler Gaudet's bank accounts. University of Washington law professor Ryan Kahlo points out the obvious. People do not feel safe speaking out in this country against the government because the government, in the form of Elon Musk and Donald Trump himself, will catalyze retribution.
Yes.
Hedler Gaudet showing remarkable restraint for somebody who was harassed by the world's richest I can't say that one, simply observed, he's a fundamentally small person. Though, honestly, that's an insult to small people everywhere.
Yes, it is.
Boner candidate number 2. Elon takes a break from running the country to mock a blind guy. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. As ever, as if. What a phony.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinnuendo brought to you by.
Get your comedy fix Friday nights at Broadway Center Cinemas. This weekend, don't miss Christopher Guest at his finest in Best in Show. Yay! Oh, Carrie, this is your week. You should just camp out there.
What?
So Best in Show, and then Saturday night, The Blues Brothers.
Oh, well, there you go.
Get tickets.
I got
and
both those movies memorized. So
Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm sure wondering, and I know a lot of fans are wondering, about the nature of Tom Cruise's relationship with Ana de Armas.
You know, it's funny. We were just talking about that.
I was wondering about it. I didn't sleep well last night.
What's up with those two?
I tossed and turned, thinking, I know they were seen out to dinner together. I wonder. Well, a source is now explaining why the 36-year-old blonde actress and the 62-year-old Mission Impossible star were out together. I think you need these things.
Yes.
A source shared with People magazine that Tom...
Who is this Tom Cruise? What's he been in?
Mission Impossible. Gina.
Oh,
Mission
that's right. That's right.
They were out to dinner, and their agents were with them. They were discussing potential collaborations down the line and appeared to have no romantic connection. They're just friends.
Well, she's not Xenu approved.
The insider added, Tom looked happy as fans approached him for photos, and the group later took home some leftovers. We have a doggy bag, please. Let's see. Public unions. Utah Governor Cox signed the law late Friday, a bill that would prohibit government entities from negotiating contracts with unions representing public employees, including teachers, firefighters, and police. Quote, Utah has long been known as a state that can work together to solve difficult issues. I'm disappointed that in this case that process did not ultimately deliver the compromise that at one point was on the table and that some stakeholders had accepted, Cox said, but I'm going to sign it anyway.
You could have vetoed it.
Yeah. Looks
and
like
said,
Utah...
Go back and talk about it some more.
Looks like Utah will become the most anti-labor state in America, said Jack Tidrow.
We were already in the top 5.
President of the Professional Firefighters of Utah. He said, it's pathetic. Renee Pinkney, president of the 18,000-member Utah Education Association, said, the only word I have is disappointed. We believed he was very supportive of public education, and he was very supportive of the Utah Education Association, and that clearly is not the case.
Well, he gives such lip service to police are important, and firefighters are important, and teachers are important. Well,
they are, as long as they work for as little as possible.
Price City Police said that a suspect confronted his ex-girlfriend near Main Street and Carbon Avenue around 6:20 p.m. Monday night, last night. As the woman ran away, police said the man fired multiple gunshots at her. She was hit by at least one bullet and this is in downtown Price.
It sounds like Price.
And was taken to the hospital to be treated. Her injuries are considered serious. The suspect was then found in a vehicle with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. A third person also injured while fleeing the area, but not from a gunshot. Police said their injuries were not considered life-threatening. The identities have not been released, but it was like a gun battle in downtown Price, Utah.
That sounds like Price.
The Wyoming Highway Patrol has finished gathering evidence at the site of the Interstate 80 tunnel crash that left 3 people killed. Adding that no additional fatalities are expected from the incident. Troopers will now use evidence collected to reconstruct Friday's crash. On Monday, the Highway Patrol said one of his troopers was involved in the accident, helped people evacuate from inside the burning tunnel. The unidentified trooper was not injured in the incident. 2 fatalities originally reported immediately, then a third was announced on Sunday. Just a horrible accident. A Michigan mother has been arrested after she allegedly abandoned her 3 kids in a home for 4 to 5 years, according to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Officials said the children were left in squalor, surviving on weekly drop-offs of prepared food.
Whoa.
First responders said that 4 feet piles of garbage were found in some rooms. Mold and human excrement also found throughout the house. Police were called to the home in Pontiac, Michigan on Friday afternoon to perform a welfare check and found the kids. 15-year-old boy, 13-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl, all by themselves. The sisters were locked in a bathroom when the police arrived. The landlord of the home told police he'd not heard from the mother since December, with rent being last paid back in October.
What?
The oldest sibling said the kids had been abandoned by their mother in 2020 or 2021, surviving on prepared food dropped off by their mother or a stranger once a week.
Wow.
Police said the kids had not attended school since their abandonment, passing the time watching TV or playing games. It appeared the girls had not been outside the home for several years. The boy slept on a mattress on the floor. The girls slept on pizza boxes. Just incomprehensible.
Yeah, I know. I can't even wrap my head around this.
In the wave of layoffs sweeping through the federal government, the Department of Health and Human Services, now led by Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, Jr., conducted terminations over the weekend. As first reported by the Washington Post, the Federal Aviation Administration Union has warned employees that they may face access restrictions as they return to work today following a long holiday weekend. The AP has also reported that layoffs at the Internal Revenue Service could occur later this week.
That's Ogden.
Amplifying concerns about the extensive reach of these jobs cuts. Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. are feeling the effects of the layoffs. A union representative of federal workers has emphasized that 80% of its membership resides outside the D.C. metropolitan area, indicating the potential national implication of these layoffs. Housing prices will slump. It's going to just decimate the economy in those areas. Targeted in layoffs are probationary employees, newly hired individuals, or those recently transferred to a new federal agency position. The layoffs pose challenges not only for the affected employees and their families, but also for the greater Washington, D.C. economy. The local housing market is reportedly already feeling the effects of this instability. There are concerns regarding services provided to American taxpayers, such as passport renewals, food stamp applications, which could be hindered by a diminished workforce. It's a terrifying moment in when 2 elephants went on a rampage.
You can't even do a nice animal story? You find an animal story that's rampaging elephants?
That's exciting. It's exciting. You
usually pivot to the animal story.
The giant elephants went rogue in a frenzied attack, which saw them go on a vicious stampede and throw people hither and yon. To me, this is a triumphant story.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, elephants over people that were subjugated.
We're awful.
Finally, it's King Cake drive-through time. A new and convenient way of securing Greater New Orleans. King Cakes is returning to Meridian, Mississippi for its second Mardi Gras season. Chicago-born transplant to New Orleans, Mike Graves, owner of Boof Bars, a novelty ice cream company, came up with the idea with his wife. So King Cakes are, traditional New Orleans cakes with a special frosting on them, and baked inside every cake is a little baby. Little plastic baby, not a real baby, not an actual baby, a little plastic baby, and but there are shortages sometimes of king cakes because they're just all made by these small bakeries in New Orleans. Well, this guy had the idea. He's got a drive-through. He's got plenty of king cakes, and you can just drive through and pick one up. And I would advise you all. I think right now is the time. A lot of times Smith's has them.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a king cake. You will be happy that you did.
Do they still have the babies in them?
Yeah.
They're not choking hazards?
That's what I thought.
Well, they do.
Well, not anymore.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Well, it's okay.
Back in the old days, it was a choke.
As a matter of fact, they put a dozen in each cake.
If this gets me prizes back in my breakfast cereal, great.
You're okay with that. All right.
They just put them in there in hopes that somebody will choke. And then when you call for the EMTs, nobody comes.
Yeah, nobody chokes anymore, Gina.
We need some good choking going on.
We haven't had people choke in years.
No.
Oh, they're choking now? I wonder why.
All right, that's it.
All right. Sports weather weather traffic, sorry.
Okay, so 20% chance of snow before 11, then cloudy and gradually becoming mostly sunny. High near 42. Looks like we just have a 20% chance today and tomorrow. Better chance of snow looks like Wednesday night into Thursday.
Ed's excited. Lawn darts are coming back.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Traffic, I don't see an accident, but it does look like there's a slowdown northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper. It's a pretty light commute as far as I can tell. Perhaps you're seeing something different. You can send it to us via text at 33986. Brought to you by our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. Save $500 on a new water softener from our trusted friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. Go to larsonhvac.com.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. As ever, as if. What a phony. Meghan Markle has dramatically scrapped her flailing American Riviera Orchard brand jam without selling a single jar of the jam that she launched with great fanfare last year.
Really?
The brand became a target for mockery after failing to bring any products to market despite a splashy online launch campaign a year ago, which involved sending dozens of pots of jam to her celebrity friends. In a video released on her Instagram channel, Meghan said she was changing the name of her Jam to Wellness business to As Ever, describing the new identity as, quote, a brand that I created and I have poured my heart into. However, branding experts were quick to pour cold water on the move, with consumer marketing expert Warren Johnson of W Communications telling the Daily Beast that the last-minute name change telegraphed inauthenticity, adding, you wouldn't catch Kim Kardashian doing this. Another marketing expert said, there are only so many relaunches you can do before you start to look ridiculous. Well, Meghan clearly wanted the new launch to have a homespun feel. It was prefaced by Harry's voice saying, it's recording, in a clear attempt to portray a mom-and-pop sort of vibe.
We're just regular people.
We're recording now, Meghan. Meghan then says, and this is what just makes me want to lose my lunch, in 2 weeks, my show is coming out, which I'm so excited for, and also my business, which I think there's been a lot of curiosity about. Last year, I thought, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood. It's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. And then Netflix came, and not just as my partner in the show, but as my partner in my business. And then she goes on to say, of course, there will be fruit preserves. I think we're all clear at this point. The jam is my jam.
I'm back to she didn't sell any.
No.
That surprises me.
No.
And apparently this business that they started, they never paid anybody and they all quit.
Yeah.
They're a mess.
It's
they are a mess.
It was called the American Riviera Orchard
which
brand.
is a terrible, too long, awkward
So
name.
they're changing it to something even worse. They're changing it to As Ever. As if. What a phony. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Jam is my jam.
I would have thought there had been at least one gullible sucker to buy jam.
Well, they never got it to the point where it was available to sell.
Oh, okay.
They made prototypes of it, and she gave it to her friends, but never,
that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boner candidate number 1. The issue should have been resolved by closing the theater. Moldy, mossy seats in a movie theater in Australia. They said, well, there's a lot of rain, but we've resolved you should have just closed the theater and then resolved it. Boner candidate number 2, Elon takes a break from ruining America to mock a blind person. A blind person who was testifying about government waste on the Doge side, and so they immediately attack him for being blind. And boner candidate number 3, as ever, as if. What a phony.
All right. Here we go. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text and text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll be happy to take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. That's another way to vote. or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, February 18, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've got 3.5 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Ah, yes, our good friends at Hoops Vision who take care of our eyes. We don't wear glasses or contact lenses anymore. Nobody, I think everybody in my family is now glasses free.
Oh, interesting.
From going to Hoops Vision. Now, Valentine's Day is behind you, so let's show yourself a little bit of love by going to Hoops Vision and getting rid of your glasses and your contact lenses. Hoops is offering a special rate this month, $800 off the LASIK procedure or PRK, if that's the one you need. And LASIK surgery is... I even hate to call it surgery.
Yeah, it seems more like a procedure than, surgery seems like more complicated. Well, this is very complicated, but
there's not, they're not cutting on you or anything like that.
No, you lie down, 15 minutes, you get up, you can see.
And you get rid of your glasses and contact lenses. So make your appointment now, 877-30-LASIK, or you can book it online at hoopsvision.com.
Yeah, you listen to Radio from Hell in your car, but listen to...
Think there's any way out of this. You're going to sit there and take it. Another episode of, if you can believe it, Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. You know, skinny girls are not glamour girls. Now you can add glamorous curves to your figure. If you are a normal, healthy, underweight person and are ashamed of your skinny, scrawny figure, New Mall may help you add pounds and pounds of firm, attractive flesh to your figure.
Firm, attractive flesh?
Yes. For New Mall, the doctor-approved formula, it contains essential minerals and vitamins that may aid your appetite. Then you eat more and enjoy what you eat. But that isn't all. Numo contains a food element which is also a great help in putting on weight. So don't let them snicker at your skinny, scrawny figure. A skinny scarecrow figure is neither fashionable nor glamorous. Remember, the girls with the glamorous curves get the dates. So start New Mall today. Send no money, just name and address. With Postman delivers New Mall in plain wrapper. Pay him only $2 plus postage and COD. Or send $2 with order and save postal charges. Money back guaranteed. If you aren't pleased after using one bottle of New Mall, you get your money back. Order now. U.S. Nature Products, 3560 Broadway, New York City, New York.
What in the world?
What could go wrong?
There are ad after ad after ad of products.
Like that?
For different products.
To help you put on weight?
To help girls be fatter. And now, here he is, firm of flesh and ready to go.
Yes.
Your healthy host, Carrie Jackson.
Oh, we'll just have some Kraft mac and cheese and call it a day. All right. The randomizer has picked our contestant. Lori is who you'll be playing against today,
Hi.
Gina.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori. Yes,
Hi, everybody.
We're gonna toss a coin to see who goes first. You call it heads or tails, Lori.
Heads.
All right. Coin toss app says heads, Gina Barberi.
Oh, Laura, you're one step closer to getting these tickets to see Pixies and Modest Mouse. They're coming to the Union on September 3rd.
All right, Lori, the first question is for you. You have won the advantage in the game. Now, if Gina manages to climb from behind and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
I am going to donate $100 to the end of the year activities for my special ed classroom.
Oh,
excellent.
Great.
Excellent. All right, so it's Star Wars prequels trivia because Phantom Menace and Return of the Sith were released on this day in 1999 and 2005. So I'm sure you'll have no problem, Lori. First question is for you. In Star Wars The Phantom Menace, what is the name of the organization that invaded and occupied Naboo? Is it 1, the Jedi Council, 2, the Trade Federation, 3, Moms for Liberty, or 4, the Eagle Forum?
2.
Trade Federation
The
is
Trade
correct,
Federation.
yeah. There you go.
Nicely
Woo!
done. That's a point for you. And now Gina's turn.
Gina.
Yeah.
In Star Wars Attack of the Clones,
Yes.
on which planet do Anakin and Padme secretly get married? Was it 1, Laverkin, 2, Panguitch, 3, Tatooine, or 4, Naboo?
I was hoping Italy was one of the joke answers, but Naboo.
Naboo. It was Italy.
The game is tied, and now it's Lori's turn.
Lori, in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, who killed Qui-Gon Jinn? Was it 1, Darth Karen?
Of the day is brought to you in part by Muffaletta sandwich. Muffaletta.
And Squatter's Corner Pub, now open at Valley Fair Mall. Corner Pub carries on the tradition of iconic squatters downtown, serving lunch and dinner daily with brunch on the weekends and pouring the best local beers. Stop by Squatter's Corner Pub in West Valley City today.
I didn't know why it was called a muffaletta sandwich, so I looked it up.
Oh, yeah?
Muffaletta refers to the bread. It's
bread.
It's a type of bread, which most places that you get a muffaletta here don't use.
I was going to say
they usually just use a ciabatta. But there is a special muffaletta bread.
Because I had a muffaletta at the place that claims to be the home of the muffaletta, or the inventor, down in New Orleans. And that I went, this is different than any muffaletta sandwich I've ever had.
Yeah, because it was the bread.
Yeah.
Let's see. So boner candidates, 286 votes.
Yep.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The other two were sort of knockoffs in a way.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, boner candidate number 2, 286 votes, wins boner of the day.
That's what you voted for. I mean that in more ways than one. All right, there's your boner of the day for today, February 18, 2025. Now qualified to be boner of the week.
I was harassing Bill about not having a happy animal story.
Yes.
I have a happy animal story.
A happy animal. Is this a happy animal?
Now I saw your social media post about this.
Yes.
And the first thing that I thought was adorable.
Yes.
The second thing I thought was chunky.
Yes.
The other thing I thought was, what is she doing?
So, and I sent a picture to Katie. Hopefully we can put a...
Let me guess what kind of an animal. It's I'm not looking yet. It's a turtle. No? A beaver.
No.
No? It's a dog.
You go to x96.com/live. Now look at that picture of a dog. She looks like what if you asked AI to create a perfect dog.
Yeah,
that is what it looks. She looks fake, don't you think?
That's what I thought. I mean, especially not that picture, but the other one where you can see her arms.
No,
yeah. If you go to my social media, my Instagram page, my Facebook page, I have several pictures of her.
That dog does not look fake.
No,
that dog looks like to me a dog selected by someone who curates their animals. That's what it is. No, that one. No, not that one. No.
So my nephew's girlfriend had a litter of golden retriever puppies.
Yes.
You mean, okay. Her dog did.
Yes. And here's one thing you should never, ever do.
No.
Well, no. I mean...
No, I know what you're going to... I know where you're headed.
Okay. You should never surprise somebody with the gift of a puppy.
Oh, that's even worse than what I was thinking.
Yeah. Not knowing whether they want a puppy.
I mean, if you know that they've been wanting a puppy and you surprise them with one, that's one thing.
So apparently she had a friend whose parents, their dog had passed away, and so their daughter thought, oh, I'll surprise them with a puppy. Never surprise with a puppy,
No.
and certainly not after a dog has died.
No.
They may need time.
Yes.
They may not ever want another dog again.
This is a living thing.
Puppies need to be... This is like having a child.
You
should think about it. Can we afford this? Is this something we want to do?
And you should do what Gina does with a child, too. You should curate your child. Yes. No, not that one. No.
No, these are living things, not gift baskets.
No.
You know?
I mean, I'm sure the intent was nice, but apparently she took it to her parents, and they're like, and I don't know how they looked at this dog and said, we don't want that, but they said,
we don't. Well, they just don't want
that.
How about this? It's not that I don't want, I can't.
Yeah.
We don't want the responsibility of another
It's
dog.
a lot.
Yes.
So my nephew, who knows that we are
Suckers.
suckers, and we are golden retriever lovers. We had Sadie girl,
Yeah.
we had Riley pup, and he said he said no pressure, but this little girl needs a home, and I said, well, bring her over. Well,
that was your mistake.
Yeah, that was you saying yes, we will take it.
That was your mistake. Well, bring her over, and then we'll decide. No, get her out of here. Get that animal out of here.
He brings her over, and that is the face that comes through. I'm like, oh well, all right. Okay. I guess we have another dog.
Do you realize how big that dog is going to get?
She's huge.
Yes,
and going to
just a pup.
Get huger.
I mean, you always look at the paws.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But you already have one, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
you know.
But she's gonna. This one's gonna be bigger than Riley.
I could tell just from the pictures.
Mm-hmm. But she's and so we let Jonesy named Riley. We let her. So we said whatever next dog we get, we'll let Muhammad because Festus had Sadie, and so this is Muhammad's turn to name the dog, and he came up with Oakley, which is super cute. She looks like an Oakley. Now, in my mind, if I were naming her, do you want to know what I was going to name her?
What?
Susan. No?
B. Arthur.
Oh, of course.
Because she's a golden girl.
And she's big.
Yeah.
I thought that's where you were going.
A big golden girl.
B is a big girl.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Her name's Oakley. And we got her on...
He named her for the sunglasses?
Yeah, she had the wraparound Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
So we got her on Saturday, and she already will do sit.
Wow.
She already will wait.
And she says her own name. Oakley!
She's a dream puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Put her in the kennel to go to sleep. Katie knows. Katie has a well-behaved trained dog.
See, Ed says better names. Furiosa. Xena.
Xena. That's a
Xena.
good...
I would have Blondie.
You know what? She looks like an Oakley. It suits her. And she knows it all.
What does an Oakley look like?
Well, like that. That's...
Hey, everybody, I'm Guy Fieri, and we're rolling out. Looking for more diners, drive-ins, and dimes.
Hi. Oh, welcome to Oakley, Utah.
That's what Oakley looks like.
So now, in my perfect world, I would never, ever get a puppy in the winter.
No.
Because that means you are potty training.
Yes.
And right now, it's the worst because it's not too cold. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's muddy outside.
Yep. Oh.
And you don't just put the dog out and hope they go potty. You have to go out with them and make sure they go potty so you can...
So does this require beatings of any kind?
No, but you have to catch them.
I've never trained a dog. I don't know.
You have to catch them going potty outside and giving them a little treat. So it doesn't do any good if you're not there to witness it.
And hope that they're treat motivated.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. If they're not treat motivated, they're hard to train.
She's
is that when you beat them?
Big girl. Big girl.
No, there's no beating.
No beating?
You catch them doing...
They're not like human children.
I mean, yeah.
You don't beat them.
Oh, come on. I mean, with a newspaper.
You catch them doing something.
I never with a closed hand. It was always with an open hand.
Exactly.
So that's okay.
Always with an open hand.
Yeah. But she is Muhammad's responsibility.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She sleeps in his room. He gets up with her in the
This
middle
is
of the
not
night.
going to last. No, this is your responsibility.
So far,
I
so
don't know.
good.
A
No,
boy
he's-
and his dog, you know.
He's been working. Like I said,
is he
she'll...
going to take her down to the old fishing hole?
Yes. You joke. This has been discussed. I'm taking you fishing.
Gina, I'm not joking. You curated your children. Now you've curated another dog.
No, he's the one.
Does he know how to whistle the Andy Griffith theme?
Yes. The reason she already knows how to sit and wait is because he's been working with her all weekend.
Wow.
He's great with her. So there is your happy animal story.
There we go. Wow.
I'm happy for the animal, and I'm happy for you.
I think you're all crazy.
I think I'm very happy.
You should have turned that animal right around.
No,
Happy.
how could you couldn't?
No, you couldn't.
Couldn't.
Oh.
There was no turning back.
Even I would have had to say.
Crash, I-80 eastbound just before the mouth of Parley's. Vehicles are blocking the left lane in the shoulder, and traffic is backed up to 23rd East. Slowage northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper. I don't have a report of an accident, but I could just tell on the UDOT cameras it's really slow going through there. Oh, wait, you just sent that in. Thank you, Infiniteam. I knew you'd be helpful. Accident near 114 South exit northbound. That's exactly what I was seeing, so thank you for that. Whatever else you're seeing, please text us and let us know. 33986. Be unstoppable and adventurous with Bountiful Mazda. Lease your Mazda CX-30 for just $179 a month or the CX-50 for $239 a month. Find more at bmazda.com.
I'm afraid you've made an error, Gina. That dog can't possibly look like an Oakley. Somebody has texted in saying, my Chihuahua is named Oakley.
See?
Okay?
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Haven't heard from JD in a while. Oh, there he is. He's back. Tech Talk with JD. Stand by for that. BigOTires.com.
Listen, Big O Tires, the team you trust. You can go to their website, BigOTires.com, find a location near you, and there's bound to be one because there are many, 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 many. And you go ask them about their healthy car special for just $45. That includes an oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more. Just $45 for a limited time only. It gets your car ready for the road. Make sure that you're safe. Big O Tires, of course, they sell tires as well,
yes.
obviously. They say the lowest price on every tire every day. You can schedule an appointment online, or you can walk in. They'll take walk-ins as well. But remember, they have financing options. If you have to buy a set of tires, that can be an expense. They know.
You might not be planning on it. Might just
right.
have to. Oops, you got to do it.
So you get limited time or limited budget. You can handle it with financing at Big O Tires. Just go to BigOTires.com. They're the team you trust.
Did you miss out on your favorite radio?
And now a morsel of murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
No one wants to pay for this, and maybe you don't want to listen to it if you haven't had your breakfast yet. Especially if you've had soup in the last couple of days. DNA tests have confirmed that human legs found inside a refrigerator and a skull removed from a cooking pot in a home in Hong Kong belonged to fashion model Abby Choi. The glamorous 28-year-old influencer's dismembered body parts were discovered in a house rented by Choi's former father-in-law.
Leg soup.
No, the legs weren't in the soup.
Oh.
This is brain stew, if you will.
All right.
A large hole in the back of the skull is where the married mother of four was struck last month during a fatal attack which allegedly occurred in a dispute over money. The search for Choi's torso and hands is ongoing after more than 100 police officers scoured a landfill but failed to locate them. The chilling revelations come as a seventh person, an unnamed 29-year-old woman, has been arrested in connection with Choi's savage murder and dismemberment.
How many people?
7.
Are you going to explain how they all were involved?
The latest suspect was arrested in mainland China. They said the woman allegedly helped an accomplice before fleeing. So this is all her ex-husband's family. Last week, Choi's ex-husband, Alex, his father, and brother were charged with murder after the discovery of human body parts in a house recently rented by them. A pair of legs in the refrigerator, the skull was fished out of a cooking pot, and in another cooking pot, there was green radishes, carrots, and meat believed to be human flesh swimming in a liquid topped with a thick layer of fat.
Well, I look at a picture of her. I don't think there was a lot of fat on her.
An electric saw, a meat slicer, a hammer, face shields, good Lord, and raincoats.
This is like a movie.
Yes.
And the whole family was involved.
So this woman, this influencer, she had a lot of money. And she had a home, multi-million-dollar home, which she, when she was married to her first husband, placed in her father-in-law's name for some reason.
Okay.
Tax purposes.
They get divorced, and she's trying to, clean up her finances, and she's like, I'm selling that house, and it's not going to be in your name, ex-father-in-law. Well, he apparently did not care for that at all.
You can't blame him.
So the only choice he had was to
cut her up,
kill her and eat her.
Yeah.
And apparently the whole family is involved. This isn't just one person. They all got together and said, "Here's what we're going to do." And they went to the house and they put plastic sheeting on the wall.
I mean, they studied some Dexter and
I mean, cuckoo. So,
says here, and I'm looking at a story about it, Gina. Says her case is one of the most shocking killings Hong Kong has seen since 2013, when a man killed his parents and their heads were later found in refrigerators. They don't do anything halfway in Hong Kong, apparently.
Nope, they're all in. So that one's been swimming around for a couple of.
Here's
weeks.
another good one in that same story. In another famous 1999 case in Hong Kong, a woman was kidnapped and tortured by 3 members from an organized crime group. Her skull was later found stuffed in a Hello Kitty doll.
That's weird.
well, who's going to look there?
No one. It's the last place you
Well,
looked.
somebody did, apparently. Hello. I subscribed
Of course
to
you
the
do.
Utney Reader at one time.
Of course.
They don't make it anymore.
Mike in Cottonwood also used to subscribe to the Utney Reader.
It was really
They
good,
Delivered it to him right in Cottonwood.
Right in Cottonwood.
Right in Cottonwood.
Right in the old Cottonwood.
Right there.
Got me right in the old Cottonwood.
All right. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Blast off into the future of space exploration at Clark Planetarium starting February 14th. That means that was last week. In the Hanson Dome Theater, Space, the New Frontier takes you on an unforgettable journey through the second golden age of discovery, only at Clark Planetarium.
Thank you.
Well, look who's back.
I found it.
It's Jonathan Deasing. What
Yeah.
were you looking for? The
You
studio?
guys, yeah.
Well,
It's been a couple months.
We've been here the whole time.
I thought you quit or something.
Yeah. No, I was just busy in cookie land for a couple of months, but I'm back now. The cookies are baked and fresh, and
Oh, good.
time to talk about video games.
So your cookies are fresh. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Let's talk about video games.
Yeah,
then.
good, easy segue right there.
What do we got?
So the last 2 months that I haven't been here, you guys haven't missed much. If you were
So
like,
it's a good time for you to be going.
exactly,
Okay.
you're like, oh, I don't know what games to buy because JD wasn't here. Don't worry, there was nothing to buy.
Okay.
Good.
But this month, now there's a few things, so we'll go over those. First one that's actually been getting some acclaim is called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is a historical action game. It's set in 15th century. I think it's Holy Roman Empire, and it's this big open world. And it's obviously because it's historical, it's very realistic. There's not going to be any dragons or magic.
Says here it's breathtakingly beautiful.
Yeah, very pretty.
It really is.
Yeah, it's just it just looks like if you were just dropped into the Middle Ages with a sword and you're a sassy knight.
Oh, yeah.
In the last game, I believe you were like a blacksmith. And
Did
you were-
those guys just throw poop on
Yeah.
the people
Oh,
outside the castle?
Yeah, it's kind of got.
It's very Monty
historically
Python.
Yeah, that's what I was
accurate.
going to say. It's kind of got a Monty Python feel. That trailer I shared with you guys is only 30 seconds because all the other ones had a few F words in it.
Yeah,
But those other trailers were really, they kind of showed off the humor of the game,
Okay.
which is fun. So it's not just like a super serious
It's
historical
called, what
game.
is it called again?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's on. It's out now on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation.
Okay.
The next one is Civilization 7. We're doing historical. So if you guys have heard of the Civ series of games, this is Sid Meier, the guy behind Sim City and The Sims and all that stuff. So he's done. So this is Civilization 7, and the latest installment in the series. This is called 4X, which is, if you think about, you kind of got like a top-down view of a big map, and you're expanding out into the map, you're exploring, and you are finding resources and exploiting them, and then you're the third fourth X is exterminating all of your enemies.
I see.
You basically take a civilization from like settlers walking around in
Okay,
rags
okay,
to like
to go-
astronauts.
All right,
Become
all
more
right.
sophisticated.
Yeah, and so it takes you go through like the basic historical ages as you're leveling up your civilization and fighting other people. It's turn based, so it's kind of a slow thing. So you decide what
You'll play
things
this
you're
for
going
a
to do
long
on your
time.
turn. Yes, yeah, you can put in a lot of hours for this. Just for one game, you come back to the same game like 8 times over the course of a month sometimes. And it's narrated by Brienne of Tarth, which is kind of cool from Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie.
How about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, this is fantastic. This game is,
All
the
right.
last one came out like 5 years ago. People played it to death. The newest one, it just looks better. It's got a few things that people were complaining about, but I'm sure they will clean those up over the course of the next few months. But
All right.
Civ 7 is out now. It's on everything. You want to play this on your Switch, you want to play this on your PC, it's everywhere for
So
you.
my Xbox too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like I said, it's a little slower pace because it's turn-based, so it's more strategic and tactical. It'll feel more like a tabletop game
Thank
than
you.
a video game.
You have to have friends to play it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
you
out.
played alone. No, this, and then another one you can play alone is Avowed. This is going to feel very familiar to anyone who's played and seen Skyrim.
Yeah.
This is the studio behind this is called Oblivion, and they Obsidian. I'm sorry, and they made Fallout New Vegas, for example.
Oh, I like
and
that.
Outer Worlds. So they're in that kind of similar first-person realm as
Okay.
Skyrim, and this is a new fantasy world. It's not a new one. They're reusing it from a previous game of theirs. But there's this mysterious plague that's messing everyone up, and they keep growing mushrooms on them.
I was gonna say, yeah.
lots of grody mushrooms.
Yeah.
You get magical abilities and weapons, and you can kind of combo those. You can freeze someone and then hit them with a mace, and they explode.
Oh, okay.
That type of thing. It's out now. It's out today, actually, on Xbox and PC. It's been getting some pretty awesome reviews. You're just looking for a single-player fantasy action game.
Oh, that's perfect.
Avowed is definitely worth checking out. It's free on Game Pass if you have Xbox Game Pass, which is only like $15 a month.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you just drop $15 to play it for a month and cancel your membership. It's pretty good. Avowed. All right, so switching modes. I've got 2 cool things from the internet for us this week. The first one is called City Walkie. I've shared something similar to this with you guys before, where I believe you were kind of just driving through a city.
I like these kind of things.
Yeah, so this takes it up a notch. You can walk, drive, or fly through a number of cities.
Like you're a drone?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So it's kind of a drone feel, like you're just like kind of flying through the city. I mean, it kind of feels like you're in a helicopter a bit.
I'm just walking through Munich right now.
Yeah, isn't it nice? And you can just put it on.
People are waving at me.
Yeah, because you're a friendly chap, and you're just on a walkabout.
I'm going to Dublin.
You want to just get a kind of a vibe for a city.
You can pick what streets you want to go down.
Yeah, it's very robust, and the website itself is awesome. Like it's well designed. It's really cool. So it's City Walkie, WALKI. So citywalk with an I.com.
This is an extreme time waster.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get lost in this.
Yeah, and you put it on in the background, and you do something else, and you look up.
You look up, and you're in a beautiful European city.
Exactly,
You
and
know?
you can switch to driving or flying, or you walk around a lot, and then you switch and
Here, kids, see socialism.
Yeah. Oh, and it's just gorgeous.
Isn't it frightening?
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
whoever they I think they pulled not to spoil the magic of it. I think they pulled a lot of these from YouTube, where people do these kind of walkabout videos.
Okay.
And so then they've geolocated them to where they are.
So they're different. It's not the same
this is
entity.
great.
It's
Yeah,
created all of
exactly.
these.
It's not just like one dude with a camera backpack.
And you can
wandering
put it on
around.
random, so it picks a city.
Yeah, if you've got an extra monitor, this is a good thing to throw up on an extra monitor and just
wild.
let it go
Okay.
as you walk through.
And you have to pay for
Brussels.
this, I assume.
No.
I'm
Free.
doing
No?
it right now,
No.
Bill.
Yeah, just citywalkie.com. You just go hang out.
All right.
Yeah, it's
all right.
pretty cool.
And then let's do the last one.
Okay, so here's the last one. I heard Elon Musk is perpetually in the news for
'Cause he's
being
an idiot.
a piece
Yeah.
of crap. And one of the things that he's most famous for is how ridiculously wealthy he is. Well, when you hear $10 billion, $100 billion, it's a little hard to visualize that. Well, this website, it's spend-elon-fortune.com, lets you just try to spend all his money.
It's
And
harder than you think.
It really
Yeah.
is. So it starts out with like a Nintendo Switch, and you just keep hitting buy, and obviously it's going to take you 200
Right.
years to get
Let me
there. But
see.
then you can get all, if you
How
scroll
about
down.
some Starbucks? I need Starbucks coffee.
Is World Hunger on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of.
Because-
There's things like you could buy every team in the NFL and the NBA for
still
how
have-
much, and you
yeah.
still have left over. Like that's what I was doing. I was just kept buying NBA teams and watching that I wasn't even up to like 30% of his wealth. You could give 5,000 people $10,000 over and over and over again. It doesn't even calculate. Like it's not even like a single percentage point.
So he could be doing those things.
He
is the
could be
point.
doing good things.
Yeah, so at first I was like, oh, it's just like a car, or it's like, oh, you could buy 1,000 Bugattis. But no, as you get down, you see the real expensive items.
I just produced 30 movies, each movie with a $90 million budget.
Yeah.
I produced 30 movies. I spent 0.762%.
See, Tony Stark created the Avengers to protect the Earth.
There you go.
Phony Stark,
There you
however, is
Just hoarding it.
Yeah.
Just hoarding it. So spend-elon-fortune.com. See if you can do it. I got tired before I spent all this
I'm
money.
not even going to play.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
He
walk.
doesn't play either. He just hoards it like a dragon.
I'm going to go walk through a socialist city.
Now wait, I'm walking through Jakarta, and some grumpy old man is talking to me.
Oh, how dare he!
Switch cities. Got to hop a plane.
Does that city walk work on VR? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it does. I want to say yes.
If it does, that would be awesome.
I want to say it does.
All right, there you go.
Try it and let us know.
Yeah, give it a
Thank
shot.
you.
All right, Jonathan Deasing, the host of the 3-Bit Gamer Show.
Yes, sir.
You're still doing it.
Yes.
Every Tuesday.
Yep, new episode this week. We played a game called Switcheroo.
Okay.
You have to tune in to see what that is.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Disabled vehicle I-15 northbound approaching 53rd South and Murray blocking the center lane. Traffic is backed up to 90th South in Sandy. All traffic stopped. This is eastbound I-80 at the mouth of Parley's Canyon to remove a car which crashed into another car. Traffic backed up to 13th East and Sugar House. That is a mess through there. Do you see a mess, or maybe you see something that's cleared up and better? Let us know. 33986 is where you do that.
All right, we're going to take a break, play a song. After that song, it's Beat Gina, pop culture trivia, easy to play, easy to win. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Dropkick Murphys and Bad Religion. That's one show.
One show?
One great show.
That's a loud show. I would love that show. Dropkick Murphys and Bad Religion. 877-602-9696. Get your tickets by playing Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by.
You can watch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
is it?
And now, a morsel of murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell, X96.
So I've hesitated talking about this because it's super complicated. Alex Murdoch's murder trial.
I think it's Murdoch.
No, it's Murdoch.
It's spelled
It's spelled Murdoch, but it's pronounced Murdoch.
Because I don't know anything about it.
So,
The few people are talking about it.
this is so complicated. So this guy is part of an historical family in South Carolina. His great-grandfather started a law firm there, and then his grandfather and his father. It's a well-known family there, wealthy family there, all lawyers. In 2021, June 7th, 2021, Alex Murdoch calls 911. My wife and son have been shot. Hurry! Get out here quick. We show up. So, back up a few years. The son that's deceased, there are charges pending against him for a drunk boating accident where a girl got killed. Yeah.
Oh, now I saw this.
Yeah. There's so many layers.
Because I've seen this date.
Yeah. So there's that.
Okay.
There's I've talked about this before. Poor dude fell down the stairs and died in the house.
Now, why
He did that. Well, Mr. Murdoch went to the housekeeper's sons and said, "I'm so sorry your mom had this accident in our house. We're gonna get the life insurance policy and get a payout and give you guys some money." He filed the claim. Sons never saw the money. He kept the money.
So the thinking is he pushed her down the stairs to get the money?
There are many instances where this man has tried. So he has been embezzling money from this law firm, millions of
His
dollars.
own law, his family law.
His family law firm for years. Millions of, they're not even sure how much. So the thinking is, back then, he was trying to get money to pay off some of his debts.
So what are the allegations as to why he killed his wife and son?
That it's a distraction.
That's a stretch.
I mean, it's kind of a stretch, but wait, there's more. So the police come. Oh my goodness! I was visiting my elderly mother when this happened. Well, there's cell phone towers that say, I was with my mother for an hour when this happened. Oh my goodness! He went to try to establish an alibi visiting with his mother for about 10 minutes. He wasn't there. Also, his son had Snapchat open or just before it, and you can hear his dad's voice on the Snapchat.
Oh. And is there a timestamp on that?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So he was there. Also, the bodies were touched, and he said, I was looking for a pulse. Now, not to be super graphic, but his son's brains were sidewalked.
So, doubt there's a pulse.
There was no pulse. Now, in the meantime, so call the police. Oh my gosh, my wife and son are dead. Come quickly, and they're investigating it. A few weeks later, he calls 911. I was pulled over the side of the road. I've been shot. I had a flat tire, and I've been shot. And he has a bullet graze on the back of his head.
Okay.
This thing is, he asked a friend to shoot him so he could have life insurance policy cashed out for his other son that's still alive. So it's like he's feeling the heat of, oh my gosh, they're going to get me for the murder of my wife and other son, and I still have one other son living.
Oh,
if I get killed, he'll get my insurance policy and he'll have some money.
So he intended for allegedly he intended for the friend to kill him, and it didn't happen.
Who knows what really, or he backed out of it, or
so
he
was
got
he
scared,
initially thought to be the person of interest in the shooting,
yeah.
or did they think somebody else might have done it?
I think they always thought it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he took the stand yesterday.
Yeah.
For hours, apparently.
And they said, okay, you said you weren't there.
Explain the TikTok.
And he's like, oh, well, I have a drug problem.
He said he lied. He said, I lied about that.
I have a drug problem and my memory is kind of fuzzy.
He says he lied about everything except for the fact that he didn't kill him.
Yeah. He totally killed him. Totally.
Was there going to be enough, is there going to be enough doubt in the jurors' minds, though, that they might say?
I think the fact that he's on the TikTok or Snapchat, whichever one it was, I can't remember. His voice is on there minutes before this happened.
All right. Okay.
Well, that's a whole banquet of murder.
See, I remember when I watched the Dateline about the boat accident.
Right.
I didn't trust this guy.
No.
You know.
They're a weird. And the other thing, at the trial, John Grisham is sitting in the front row.
Okay.
Taking notes.
That's never.
So we're gonna get a new book out of this somehow.
In 1986, Talk Talk released their third studio album, The Color of Spring, featuring I Don't Believe in You, Give It Up, Living in Another World, and that song, Life's What You Make It. Yes, they had more than one song.
That's actually my favorite Talk Talk.
You like that one? All right, it's time for Beat Gina, brought to you by
X96 welcomes Dropkick Murphys and Bad Religion coming to the Union on August 2nd. Tickets go on sale this Thursday at 10 a.m.
Well, it's time to try and slog our way through another few minutes of radio entertainment.
Ooh.
As some lucky contestant bangs heads with our very own Gina Barberi. Yes, it's Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, and today's episode of Beat Gina is brought to you in part by June Boy kosher-style dill pickles.
Whoa.
You will pick the best pickle when you pick June Boy.
June Boy.
And by Baby Brand Bengal Matches. For matches that strike anywhere, anytime, ask for Baby Brand. And by Uncle Sam's Monogram Whiskey. In sickness or in health, Uncle Sam's is always dependable. From Ben's & Sons Distilleries in Eminence, Kentucky, make your whiskey choice Uncle Sam's Monogram Whiskey. And now, he's America's choice for game show hosting, a national treasure, the host with the most of everything. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Lots of sponsors today.
Did anyone think putting the word baby in the matches
Not a good
together,
idea, yeah.
you know,
There's a picture of a cute little girl on the pack. Baby Brand Bengal Matches.
setting fires? All right, okay. Well, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you will be going up against Zach today.
Hi,
Hello,
Zach.
Are you there?
Hey.
All right, Zach. Let's toss a coin.
Zach, are you ill?
He just had a little,
No.
just a little fit there. He's fine. Just pound on your chest, Zach. It'll be... There you go. That'll get rid of it. There you go. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. You call it heads or tails.
Heads never fails.
Well, in this case, you're right.
No,
Heads it is.
Okay, you're one step closer to getting these Dropkick Murphys Bad Religion tickets.
All right, that means you go first, Zach. First question is for you to answer on your own with no interference. If you get it correct, you get the point. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. That's easy. You just keep answering them right and you'll win. If not, you know what? I'm going to let Gina answer the question correctly. She'll steal your point away on this first question.
I'll do it.
And we'll go back and forth with the questions to see who gets three first. All right, first.
All right.
We got some leftover Battlestar Galactica trivia. Now remember, this is not the classic Battlestar Galactica.
The good one, you mean?
Oh, this is the good one.
I'm sorry. Now's not the time for this.
This is the good. Yeah, we'll talk about this later, young lady.
Why don't you have an argument with your host that you will never win?
That's right. All right. Let's see, Zach. First question: who eventually kills the commander of the Battlestar Pegasus? Is it one? Well, CIA.
Of course.
Is it two? Lee Harvey Oswald. Is it three? Gina. Or four? Starbuck.
I'm going to guess Starbuck.
No. Terribly sorry. Not Starbuck.
Trick.
Yes.
The CIA? Me?
There was a character named Gina on
Me?
the show. Yes.
It was a trick.
That's a trick.
That's a trick. but
It's
that's-
0 to
but-
0.
0-0.
0 to 0. Gina's turn.
Man.
Gina, at the end of season 2, most of the human population moves to the planet of New Caprica. After a year, the Cylons arrive.
Of course.
What gave away the humans' location? Because they were hidden for so long. Is it 1, nuclear radiation? Is it 2, radio transmissions? Is it 3, so many Dunkin' Donuts franchises?
They're everywhere.
Or 4, the leaf blowers at 7 a.m. on a Saturday? Come on.
I will say radiation.
Radiation.
1-0. Now it's Zach.
Zach. Who was originally offered the role of Ellen Tye? You know, Colonel Tye's wife, beleaguered wife. Who was originally offered the role of Ellen Tye but rejected it, instead choosing to play Cylon number 3? Was it 1, B. Arthur? Big girl.
Yeah.
Big girl. Is it 2, Richard Hatch? Is it 3, Tricia Helfer? Or 4, Lucy Lawless?
I'm going to go solidly with number 2.
Richard Hatch? No, you're thinking old Galactica.
yeah.
He was on the new show, but not as a Cylon.
Gina for the steal.
It must be Trisha Helfer.
You'd think that.
No!
No, Lucy Lawless was also a Cylon.
She looks like a Cylon.
All right, it's 1-0. Gina's favor. Let's see, that was Gina as a steal, so it's Gina's turn.
Let's, well, we still have some Battlestar
No, it's
Galactica
okay.
trivia. All right, okay, Gina.
Yeah.
Edward James Olmos had a clause in his contract for Battlestar Galactica that said what?
Okay.
Is it 1, no little half capes like Lorne Green's? Is it true? Is it 2, no strange aliens or monsters would ever appear on the show? Was it 3, Harrison Ford can never guest on the show. I hate being in that guy's shadow. Or 4, no green M&Ms in the backstage area.
It must be he didn't want monsters, just people, I guess.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He wanted to ensure that the story stay focused on human drama.
All
All right, it's 2-0. It's Zach's turn now.
Zach, what series phrase did Edward James Olmos ad-lib? Is it 1, I'm going to go to the head, do something constructive, a little project I've been working on? Is it 2, it's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does? Is it 3, a negative times a negative equals a positive? Or is it 4, so say we all? These are all Edward James Olmos lines, by the way. Actual lines.
I'm going to go with number 2.
That's from Blade Runner. Sorry.
Gina?
So say we all?
So say we all.
And there it is, 3-0. Zip!
Zip!
All done.
Wow, that was
all done.
You should keep these tickets, Gina.
Oh, I can't. I'm not allowed to. I have to give them to somebody.
I'll take them.
No, I don't think you can.
I'm an employee.
Yeah, no, give them to Zach.
All right,
okay,
Zach, you get 'em.
you by default, you're going to get these Dropkick Murphys Bad Religion tickets coming to the Union August 2nd. Tickets go on sale this Thursday at 10 a.m. All the information about that show is at x96.com.
I got to go home.
All right. Hang on the line, Zach.
I got to see if I can light up one of those June Boy pickles with a baby brand match.
Try it. All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by.
Want to enjoy some great live blues music in one of Salt Lake's coolest venues? Don't miss Ronnie Baker Brooks with Super Bubble this Saturday, February 22nd at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets and lineups at thestateroompresents.com.
Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer has some thoughts on Meryl Streep and Martin Short's rumored romance.
Didn't they look great together?
They're adorable.
I really am just dying to hear what her thoughts might be. Quote, there's really no one funnier to sit next to than Marty Short, who I got to sit next to at the homecoming concert the other night. Schumer told People magazine ahead of the SNL 50 homecoming concert. I think that the tea is, I think Marty might be off the market. That's what I'm seeing.
What,
I
was she
don't
putting
know.
the moves on him and he turned her down?
Maybe.
Well, but this is the first time that anybody, like, famous has said, yeah, I think they're an item.
I hope they are. They're cute together.
Everyone has speculated, and you ask them, and they say we're just friends. But
Which they're allowed to have some privacy.
Schumer didn't name the person whom seemingly has stolen Marty Short's heart. But
Well,
she teased maybe
come on.
by just the greatest actor of our time. I don't know. Schumer, who gushed that sitting next to Short and Streep, was very fun to be there. And they,
Did you see the sketch with Meryl Streep in it?
The alien sketch.
Because it's
I haven't watched the
it's
show yet.
Kate McKinnon, who does the woman who's taken by aliens all the
Right.
time.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Mrs. Rafferty.
Meryl Streep played her mother.
Oh.
So it's Meryl Streep doing an impression of Kate McKinnon doing that character.
Dressed the same.
It was hilarious.
Smoking.
Hundreds of Utahns gathered at the state capitol yesterday to participate in an hours-long protest against Trump. But not everyone at the Capitol shared the same viewpoint. Those who were demonstrating in support of Trump drove with flags attached to their cars, with one supporter using a megaphone to say, if you don't like America, you can leave. The demonstrators in Utah followed similar themes as protests across the country, with some signs arguing against kings depicting Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk. On Thursday, Musk called for the elimination of entire agencies. Monday's nationwide protests, some of which were advertised in Utah as Not My President's Day rally, came just days after layoffs across federal agencies. The experience really shook me, one protester said, after being hit by a car during a large demonstration in Salt Lake.
Because that's legal now.
We will rise, one speaker said, being met with cheers. No party, no dictator will ever rule over us, they said. There were a lot of people. I drove by it, as a matter of fact, on my way up.
I heard
it
was a good turnout.
It was kind of breaking up, but there were still a lot of people at that new traffic circle there, just holding up signs, and it looked pretty peaceful for the most part to me, but a lot of people. Inside of a local urban mushroom farm in Sandy,
yes,
a lot is growing.
I didn't know there was one.
We do get asked a lot, what kind of mushrooms do we grow, said Mycel Mushrooms co-owner Christopher Edgar. Isn't that a beautiful mushroom?
Wow.
Looks like a rose.
Yeah.
Some people were making bread during the COVID-19 pandemic, but Joe Bangfraxi and Chris Edgar were growing mushrooms.
Wow, good
we started growing mushrooms in the kitchen on our kitchen countertops with our kids. It was something kind of interesting to do, Edgar said. We love eating mushrooms, and so we wanted to provide something for the community because we just don't know how to get fresh mushrooms here, so we decided to grow them ourselves. The couple now owns their own local mushroom business.
That's great.
Mycel Mushrooms, where they grow different nutritional specialty mushrooms. They produce everything from lion's mane to pink oysters to shiitakes.
That must be a pink oyster, you
I
think?
would guess, yeah.
That's very pretty.
Some require more attention than others. Shiitakes actually require a little bit of shake and a jolt.
Really?
So we actually cold shock them, and then we also give them a slap, Edgar said.
I had no idea.
It's not as crazy as it sounds, though. We're actually trying to replicate what happens in nature, trying to create that forced effect. When a tree falls, there's a crack of light that happens from that tree hitting the ground that stimulates the spores.
Huh.
Along with providing fresh food to the community, Mycel Mushrooms says they also want to teach people about fungi. The best part about specialty mushrooms is that there are still new discoveries happening on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
There are anti-cancer properties. There are neurogenic properties, such as lion's mane, which is helping people's brains think better, Edgar said.
Well,
you can't buy Mycel Mushrooms specialty mushrooms in person, or you can buy them in person at the Neighborhood Hive in Salt Lake.
Oh.
Or you can learn more about pop-ups and other events on the Mycel Mushroom website.
I'd be curious.
Yeah, me too. It's you don't see a lot of variety in mushrooms in the grocery
No,
stores.
it's you get your
you got your shiitakes, your baby bells,
your buttons,
and occasionally you'll get what do they call those curly ones? You'll get a few different ones, but there are lots of varieties, and they all taste different. Let's see. Freshman Republican state lawmaker is working to block schools from partnering with Planned Parenthood to teach students about sexual health. Her bill advancing through the Utah legislature would allow public schools to continue existing sexual education relationships with faith-based entities, including the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Yeah, you can have sexual health classes as long as it's taught by a church. If Representative Nicholson Pax, that he's from Tooele, Nicolene, she's from Tooele, school curriculum amendments passes, it would bar schools from allowing an entity, employee, representative, or affiliate that performs elective abortions from delivering instructions on all health or health-related topics in a school that receives state funding.
That's just
let's see.
I'm so glad I don't have kids.
Jesus, no, I don't get into that story.
Jesus? No?
No, it's too much Jesus in it.
I was going to say, wrap it up.
Let me skip to this one, where you can get king cakes or punch keys
What
in
are
Salt
those?
Lake. The big picture, for religious and cultural reasons, Utah's Fat Tuesday celebrations tend to be on the skinny side. But if you really want to do it fat, Pączki, which are filled donuts common in Poland and Midwestern cities with Polish immigrant heritage. They love those for Fat Tuesday. Or you can get king cakes. Here are some of the places. Gourmandise, Hruska's Kolaches, Mrs. Backer's Pastry Shop, Schmidt's Pastry Cottage, and Vozen's Bread Paradise. I would all of them say if you want a king cake, order 2 days in advance. Okay? There you go.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, the Four Nations face-off is down to 2. Oh, and it means they'll be booing, I'm sure, because it's United States versus Canada.
Deserved.
The rivals will play in the championship game on Thursday, and it's a rematch of the Americans' emotional, physical 3-1 win against the Canadians on Saturday. So that's that. Utah men's basketball, they are inching their way closer to maybe being able to be in the March Madness conversation. Not quite there yet, but they're playing really well. 74-69 against Kansas State Wildcats. BYU tonight plays the number 23 ranked Kansas Jayhawks at 7 p.m. Utah women are home tonight, 7 o'clock against number 24 ranked Oklahoma State. That's your sports. Weather. It's 35 right now, going to have a high of 52. Slight chance of snow today. Not great, but you could see a little bit of it around. The better chance looks like it's going to be Wednesday night, 70% chance Wednesday night, 80% chance on Thursday. We just kind of keep this rain-snow mix going into the weekend, it looks like. Multi-vehicle crash, I-80 eastbound at Lake Point in Tooele. Both lanes of travel are blocked. Traffic using is the right shoulder to get by. Crash northbound I-15 at the Spaghetti Bowl in South Salt Lake. Vehicles are on the right shoulder, but there's debris in the left lane. And let's see, I-15 northbound approaching 53rd South in Murray. It's an accident in the center lane of traffic. And a crash I-80 eastbound just before the mouth of Parley's Canyon. They had closed eastbound I-80 for a bit, but looks like that's reopened again. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, please share it with us, and I will pass it along. 33986 is where you do that. Brought to you by Burt Brothers Tire and Service, Tire Busters. Stop by your nearest shop. Get the tires and auto care you need.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after 4 minutes with your Utah Word of the Day. Brand new edition coming up after the
People of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is
Smegs. S-M-E-G-S. Smegs. You'll also hear other Utah words in the following exchange, principally smush, S-M-U-S-H, and smolives, S-M-O-L-I-V-E-S.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
That's smush.
Smush. Did I say smoosh?
You did.
I'm sorry, sir.
Smush.
You tell it, Daddy.
Now listen in as the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver meet for breakfast.
Morning, Daddy. What are we having for breakfast?
Well, your mother has very kindly made us a big steaming bowl of this.
I don't like the looks of that, Daddy. What is that?
Smush, Denver. Come on. You've had this before. Smush. Cream of the wheat.
Oh.
And I know what you mean. I don't want this stuff neither. But it's better than what your mother was going to make us.
Well, what was that?
Avocado toast.
Avocado? Lord, I don't even want to think what that is.
You're right. But just be aware, it's a piece of toast with some avocados mushed up on it. And then your mother put smolives on top of that.
Ooh.
I talked her out of it, and she said, fine, I'll make you smush then. I didn't dare say nothing more because you know how she can get.
Why can't we have a regular He-Man breakfast like we usually do?
Denver, you need to pay a little bit of attention to the world around you.
Oh?
We can't have the breakfast we want because all the chickens are sick. They got the flu.
So they have to stay home from work? Are all of them sick so they can't tend to laying?
Well, not all of them, but the gist is, with a lot less chickens producing, the price of the product they produce has went way up, and we can't afford them.
Well, what about another thought, Daddy? I mean, other animals make the same breakfast food that chickens do. What about turkeys or ducks or sparrows or robins? They all produce the same thing chickens do.
And they all got the flu.
Oh.
It's called the bird flu. In Denver, all of them are getting it.
Well, then, Daddy, we need to look at another source of the breakfast food that we love. The breakfast food that we, the men of Mona, Utah, need.
What are you driving at, boy?
Well, Daddy, we just need to check to see who has the flu. Is there turtle flu, lizard flu, or snake flu?
Well, no, not that I heard of.
Well, there you go. We want smegs for breakfast, a man's breakfast. We can get some bacon, but we need smegs, a new source. So why not turtle eggs, lizard eggs, snake eggs? How about hash browns, toast, and smegs from a snake?
Denver, we're going to have smush. Cream of wheat. Eat it.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
There you go.
There it is.
We got a couple of minutes here.
Okay.
So we should probably talk about our big wine adventure.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I actually am on x96.com right now. There's a banner at the top, and you'll see something that says Radio from Hell Uncorked with Jimmy the Wine Guy at the Ken Garff University Club.
That's us.
Mm-hmm.
This will be March 8th, 3 p.m. So it's afternoon.
Saturday afternoon.
Afternoon flights and bites with us and Jimmy the Wine Guy.
In a beautiful place.
Yes.
Now, it goes without saying, but we have to say it. You must be 21 or older to attend.
Yes.
This is a drinking event.
And also, it's not a full meal.
It's just bites.
It's
bites and bites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll be plenty.
The Ken Garff University Club, it's at the southern end zone of Rice-Eccles Stadium.
It's in the stadium.
And it is beautiful. There's glass on all sides. You can see not only the field, which is cool, but beautiful views of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a social club. It's a social club, and people pay a membership and they join. And they take business clients there, or they go there to party, or they have weddings there.
Yeah, there's like 3 floors, and they can accommodate just about
Huge.
everything. But they also have a restaurant there and a bar.
The food was really good. We
Yeah.
had lunch
I have
there
to
the
say,
other
yeah.
day. But join us, won't you please? It's an afternoon thing, which is kind of nice because if you already have plans to do something else in the evening, this is just a Saturday afternoon. We're going to be giving away tickets to Billy Joel and Sting. There's a chance you could win some of those.
Other
while we're there.
prizes. Yeah, other prizes as well, I think.
So to get tickets to join us, just go to x96.com, click on that button at the top, and I'm going to click on the buy tickets right now just to see how that works. Yeah, right there.
You have to pay now, Gina. You can't do that and just not pay.
It's $40, and you're getting wine. So we're going to have like a sparkling.
Jimmy will greet you on the first floor
with sparkling.
With some sparkling and a little something.
And then we go upstairs to the flights and bites.
We'll have a red and a white, I think.
Different wines, a hand-selected wine, perfectly paired food, and elevated dining experience in a stunning setting.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So we'll just hang out for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Join us, won't you please? There's a limited number of these available, by the way.
Yes.
They're going to cap it, so.
It will sell out.
So go to x96.com.
This will be a great opportunity for you to chat with us. I'll talk to Jimmy. That's really the draw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is going and
I'm just going to hang back.
Talk to Jimmy about everything you've ever wanted to know about wine.
Yeah,
or
you're
beverages.
gonna learn stuff.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do his Jimmy thing.
But we've done these events with Jimmy a lot. We've had him in our home doing them. We've had them out at things like this, and I always learn something different from him about it.
He does a whole presentation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's entertaining, and you may learn something before it's done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So join us. It's at x96.com for Flights and Bites at the U. Nice. All right. Traffic, please, Gina.
Let's see. Multi-vehicle crash, I-80 eastbound at Lake Point in Tooele County. Both lanes of travel are blocked. I hate to tell you this. This is probably one of those situations where you're not going to be getting out of Tooele County or getting back into it, for that matter, anytime soon. Crash northbound I-15 Spaghetti Bowl in South Salt Lake. Vehicles are on the right shoulder. There's debris in the left lane there. And still some residual slowage down by Point of the Mountain, northbound I-15 coming into Draper. And whatever you're seeing, somebody says it's snowing in Sugar House. Yeah, we had a little bit of it down here at the station, too. But please text us and let us know what else you're seeing on the roads, 33986. Make your life ride smoother with a healthy car special from Big O Tires, only $45. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right. We have some messages and an On This Day song. And right after that song, it's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. If you were listening to the Boner, you know who the winner is this morning. If you weren't listening, I bet you could guess.
Yeah, probably.
Today you could guess.
Probably.
But why take a chance? Go ahead and cheat. Go to x96.com and take a look at where it says Boners, February 18, 2025. It'll say winner next to the winner. What is the prize?
Disney on Ice tickets. It's Magic in the Stars, March 6th through the 9th at the Delta Center.
So you get some Disney on Ice tickets.
A 4-pack.
Oh, so you can take a couple of kids. Let's see. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play the Boner Recap Game and get those Disney on Ice tickets. All right. ranlife.com/x96.
Listen, look around you. Are you tired of where you're living now?
Look around you.
This is a dump. I've got to get out of
here.
here.
Out of here.
So Ran Life is what you do. You can get a new home by talking to Ran Life about their low mortgage rates. Ran Life slashed their floor rate to a scorching 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage for FHA and VA loans. That's 3.25%. And that means you can say, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm going to a nicer place, a nicer neighborhood, a nicer yard, a good kitchen. That's what you can get if you contact Ran Life. Don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Ran Life. Visit ranlife.com/x96. Learn more about their incredible low rates. That's ranlife.com/x96. Let Ran Life help you unlock the door to your perfect home. I'll
get to that in just a second, but because it has to do with bugs. I was at the University Pharmacy, I think it was on Monday, and I came out and into the parking lot, and the guy who sort of takes care of the parking lot, Mike, said, "Oh, you see all these bugs, these little bugs flying around." I went, oh yeah. There are clouds of these little bugs. Have you guys seen them?
No.
Pay attention, like when you go home. And I saw it, and then I went home, and there were clouds of them all around my yard.
They're following you.
No, they're not. They're just everywhere. And I thought, what the hell is this? And so we did a little research, and actually, Uncle Todd found out what they were. These little nightmares are blue ash aphids, usually prevalent in the Pacific Northwest. Nobody is sure how they ended up this far south, but they're here until the first deep freeze. Unfortunately, because there are so many, that means they're going to lay eggs by the millions in the trees, and we're going to have them next spring. And so I did a little more research looking them up, and indeed they are in the past they have been confined pretty much to the Pacific Northwest, up in Seattle, Oregon, around the Spokane area, and there are numerous news articles about them.
Okay.
How people are just, they're just annoying.
They look like a fly you would use for fly fishing.
Yeah, kind of. They're blue ass aphids, blue ash aphids.
You call them.
Yeah, blue ass aphids. They have furry butts, kind of.
Sure.
And so I thought I wanted to do more research. I'm looking up, and I'll bet some people are listening right now. You know what we're talking about, these clouds of, just watch for, it's sort of almost not noticeable, and if you're not paying attention, and then all of a sudden you realize there are thousands of them around. And so I went to this website that I found, and I would advise you all to look it up because it's great, insectidentification.org. And it says there are over 1 million identified species of insects and spiders in the world, with many more still awaiting discovery. Now, with this website, you can find any of those million that have already been identified, and you can find them either by type of insect, like if you want to know types of spiders, types of beetles, or you can find insects by state. What insects are common to your state? And so I looked up Utah, and we could look at, and then it's further broken down. Do you want to know about Utah spiders? You want to know about Utah dragonflies? Name something you want to. Utah. I don't know what Utah true bugs are. Maybe they're the ones you find only in Utah. Should we click on that?
Sure.
Let's see, Utah true bugs, and here's what we find. Something called the ambush bug.
That's a DC superhero, by the way.
The assassin bug. And I could, and then you can click on these, and it'll tell you more about them. Let's see, the broke-backed bug. Any one of these you want to know about, let me know. The brown marmoted stink bug. How about the plant bug?
Plant bug?
Yeah. The Red Cross shield bug. That's kind of a beetle. All of those are pretty much beetles. But it's just fascinating how many different insects you can find. Spiders, butterflies, wasps, crickets. You can find, if you want to know just any green bugs in your state, any blue bugs in your state, you can just find all of them. It's just incredible.
Look up bark beetles.
Carrie's got bark beetles.
I got bark beetles.
Yeah, okay, Utah beetles.
It's killing the blue spruce.
Let's see, there's there it is, the bark beetle. Yep, it's killing it, and it says it loves evergreens, blue spruce.
It's ruining trees.
It's killed it pretty much.
Mm-hmm. But that's just one of many beetles. It's just incredible how many different varieties there are. And Utah dragonflies. There are 25 different species of dragonfly in Utah. There's the American ruby spot damsfly, the black saddlebag skimmer,
Look up the shoe fly.
You want to make a pie? Is that what you
Look up lightning bugs.
Oh,
We don't have them here.
We don't have them here, and I'd like them here.
How do we get them here?
Can we get them here?
It's not hot enough here.
It's not hot
or
enough?
It's not humid.
Yeah, it's
or
not humid. It's too cold for them.
Oh.
If you've ever seen them, though, geez, they're incredible.
I've never seen them. That's the thing.
I've in Georgia, and I think that's where I saw them.
I've seen them on that pirate ride at Disneyland.
Yep. So anything you want to know about
Oh,
bugs?
I hate these. The Johnson jumping spider. I hate the jumping spider.
They're kind of cool, though.
No,
aren't
they scare me.
Well, yeah, but there's
because you go to get them and then they.
But they are kind of cool. And so you've gone to the website. I see. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
All the different things you can find. The different spiders. The barn funnel weaver spider. The black-tailed crab spider. Ooh, there's an ugly one. What's that? The canopy. Oh, here, it's a jumping spider, Gina.
I hate the jumping spider.
It's the canopy jumping spider. They're hairy. And it jumps on its prey. It packs a lot of personality, it says here. Found in the southeast and along the eastern coast, this particular spider is at home in forests.
This website makes me itchy.
It's an ambush predator that stalks and pounces on its insect prey. That's an interesting thing about the insect world. What do they eat? They all eat other insects. It's a cannibalistic species.
Another reason to hate them.
Well, I guess some insects eat plants rather than each other, right? Spiders eat each other.
Yeah, they do.
So anyway, if you want to know more about bugs, insectidentification.org. You can find them by state, by type, all of that.
Salem?
In Salem says, I bet there's a reason for that Thompson Twins song you're playing in Salem
Of
and
course.
everywhere else.
I wouldn't play it ordinarily. On this day,
yes,
this is not one I like. On this day, in 1984, Thompson Twins released their fourth studio album, Into the Gap, featuring Hold Me Now, which we've heard a million times, You Take Me Up, Sisters of Mercy, The Gap, which I couldn't take. Doctor was mildly acceptable, so I went, okay. I guess I should have played The Gap. Anyway, let's get to the boner recap game.
All right,
shall
let's
we?
do that. This is a simple game to play. And all you got to do is tell me who the boner winner was after I go through the three candidates, and it should be very simple today. Do we have somebody there?
Melissa is here.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Fine, good.
Are you? What are you doing?
I am very excited. I haven't been on the radio since KJQ time. So
Wow.
I'm just sitting here.
Are you walking around a park or something right now?
I am sitting in my car, and I pulled over for this.
Oh, okay.
Melissa, do you remember why you were on the radio in KJQ days?
I'm requesting songs, because
Ah.
that's what we used to do.
Would you play
all
Karma
day long.
Police?
And then we would never play them.
Yep.
No, you guys were, you guys were great.
Oh, thanks. All right,
I
Melissa.
actually missed it. We used to try to go find you guys all the time, but back then we had to take like buses and walks, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go find them. I'll get
Thanks
on a
for
bus.
the effort.
No, we wouldn't be listening. You'd come get stickers, put them on our skateboards, you know, all the things.
What studio did you go to? Do you remember?
Oh, I can't remember.
You don't remember what city it was in?
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Oh,
Oh,
so
okay.
might
All
have
right.
been
Feels like it
Aeropress.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, KJQ. It was probably
Ogden.
Well,
there wasn't there a studio?
No.
No, that was a business office.
Yeah, we were just always.
We would go meet the vans, though. I don't know that we ever went to the studio. We'd have to
Oh.
ask
Oh,
you guys.
okay.
We weren't
The
that.
Milk Beast.
Yeah, you went and found us. All right,
Yeah,
Melissa,
the milk.
you're going to win a prize here. I feel sure you're going to win a prize, which is what?
Yes,
Gina?
because I looked it up.
What's the prize?
Catch Disney on Ice Magic in the Stars March 6th through the 9th at the Delta Center. This is a 4-pack of tickets.
Do you know 3 other people you would take to this Disney on Ice extravaganza?
Yes, I would take my lovely 8-year-old and either other people in my family or maybe some other 8-year-olds. We'll see.
Okay, so let's run through these really quickly. You tell me who the winner was, and the tickets are yours.
This one was easy.
Yeah, it is. Number one, the issue should have been resolved by closing the theater. That's about a theater in Australia. Apparently, they had a lot of rain, and the seats in the theater got moldy. Moss and mold growing all over the seats. And apparently they tried to clean it with chemicals, and it just was awful. And a woman went in there to sit down, and she said, "There's moss on my seat here." And the theater said, "Well, we finally resolved the way they should have resolved it is by closing the theater and then cleaning it up." But no, they didn't do that. Boner candidate number 2, Elon takes a break from ruining America to mock a blind guy. This is Elon Musk and his minions ridiculing a person, a guy who is, he's a government watchdog. He happens to be blind. His name is Dylan Hedler Gaudet. And he made some criticisms of what Musk was doing, and immediately Musk's minions descended upon him, ridiculing him for being blind. Not taking what he said and either refuting it or saying, "Oh, well, maybe that's a good point," or no, they just attacked him for being blind. And boner candidate number 3 was, as ever, as if, what a phony baloney Meghan Markle is, and that's all that needs to be said. Phony baloney. All right, there are the 3 candidates. Who was the winner, Melissa?
Number 2, Mr. Elon Musk.
Yes, you're right.
Phony.
You're absolutely right. Hang on the line, Melissa, and you will get.
Woohoo!
We might even throw in a sticker if you're lucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
don't promise
Yay.
stickers.
If you put it on your
Just
skateboard,
one.
just
All right.
put it on your skateboard, and we'll be happy.
Well, it'll go on my water bottle.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go. Thank you.
Hang on, Melissa.
All right. She's very excited. All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with some big boy news and opinioendo. Stand by for that. Salt Lake Film Society.
This is the Kerry Jackson weekend at the Broadway.
Are they showing your movies, Kerry?
Yes, Singles Ward. And
No. It is a comedic relief at the Broadway. Of course, we're talking about Salt Lake Film Society. They want you to see movies that see you on the big screen, local donor-supported nonprofit cinema. The movies this weekend are Christopher Guest at his finest,
Oh.
Best in Show.
Peanut, Hazelnut.
And then Saturday night, The Blues Brothers.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
Both of those are great. You've probably seen them. See them on the big screen. You don't have a concession stand at your house.
Exactly.
You do not have all the snacks that they have at Broadway. Go to a movie. Salt Lake Film Society's Red Carpet Club is also a great thing you can support. You'll be a patron of the arts. Tickets, movie listings, and more. All of that available at slfstix.org.
The X96 secret.
Maybe we ought to have Katie or Dawson come in here and take a couple of pictures of this so we can post them. Sometime last week we were talking about bubble gum and blowing bubbles with bubble gum, and Gina said, "Well, I'll get some bubble gum and bring it in. We'll and do it." And she didn't do it, but I happened to glance down at when I was checking some groceries out last night and saw this package of bubble yum. So we're going to see what.
I prefer a Hubba Bubba myself.
I haven't seen Hubba Bubba. Is it around?
I think so.
I'm so out of practice.
That was a pretty good one I just did. Did you get that?
Let me try.
I'm going to have you judge, Katie, who manages to blow the biggest bubble. This show is so damn political. I can't.
I know, right?
God, it's terrible.
Oh, let me try again.
Maybe we ought to blow bubbles while we bitch about Trump.
Damn.
You know what? He's a non-issue. His candidates didn't win, except for here. I'm not bitching about him anymore.
We want bubbles here.
All right.
Well, I was trying.
Well, that was a good one. This is terrible radio.
That's as big as I can. That's why I want Katie to take some
Yeah, I'm out of
pictures
practice.
and post them really quick. If you
Come
go
on,
to
Gina, I want to see
X96,
that double bubble that you talked about.
x96.com/live, you can see us doing this if you really want to.
Oh.
Yeah, you said a bubble inside of a bubble.
I'll do it. I haven't blown bubbles in a long time, but remember when you didn't believe me that I could do a pogo stick?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'm still not sure.
That's a good one, Bill.
What was that noise?
I was trying to get her attention. I couldn't say, "Hey, Katie," because I had a huge bubble.
So you did a mosquito sound?
Yeah, something. Yeah, this is really good radio, isn't it?
I'm going to try to do the... Oh, Carrie did it.
That's one. Did you blow one inside of us? Was that
Sure,
one?
as far as you know.
So far, Bill is winning on his sizes.
On
Yeah,
size?
I'm way out of practice. This is the first bubble gum I've actually had in my mouth, I think, in
Me too.
40 years.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah, see, I don't chew gum, so...
I'm not doing them very big, so I'll try to do one inside the other. How about that?
Okay.
Do that.
I've always been
I'm gonna
known
get
as
close.
I've always been known as the size king.
Yep. Here we are with our Soros money in our pockets and our liberal agenda. So political.
Can you tell? I did it.
Gina's gum just now fell out of her mouth and onto the floor.
Onto the floor?
Did you catch it before it went on the floor?
I did. It'll have to be a very zoomed in photo.
Yeah.
You want another piece? Here.
I give her 2 pieces, see if she can do them. Because that's too much for me.
No.
I'm going to do a second piece of gum and see if I can blow an even bigger bubble, because I've got a pretty big one there.
I would only imagine.
This all started, I don't think it started because when I was in grade school, I won a bubble gum blowing contest.
Well, you're a pro then. This isn't fair.
It was
You're a professional. You shouldn't be competing with the amateurs.
That's true.
Is that correct?
I won a bag of marbles.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh, it was great.
Do you still have those marbles?
No.
He lost them.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, I
Gary,
lost
he
my
did.
marbles years ago.
Here comes Gina.
Well, this is a new piece. I got to work it in.
Oh, you're starting a whole new piece?
She dropped it on her shoe.
Oh, come on.
You didn't drop it on the floor. It fell out of your yap.
You should have did two pieces.
What is the flavor of bubble gum?
It's its own flavor.
Yeah, what is it?
It's gross.
What is it?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's distinctly bubble gum,
Mm-hmm.
but where it originated from, I don't know.
I don't know.
I know when you smell it or when you taste it, you go, "That's bubble
Who
gum."
decided that's what bubble? What?
Yeah, who decided that is the
bubble
flavor?
Gum?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, what is the flavor?
Do some research.
Flavor.
There's 25 calories in each piece of this gum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum flavor is a combination of artificial, of course, strawberry, banana, cherry, orange, and lemon.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of all mixed.
You can taste, and if you think about it, you can taste all those things in it.
The banana is I can. Wow. Okay. That awkward moment when you can't tell if the segment is about blowing bubbles in gum or trying to connect with the ancestors and summon a demon by mistake.
Yep.
That happens.
That was that noise that Bill made.
All right, now I'm just hearing weird noises, and I think I'm getting called to take photos here.
I'm done.
My jaw's getting tired.
Yeah.
It's just not working.
Did you do
You saw
one?
it happen, though, right?
I saw it happen. Yes.
So you blow a bubble, and then you seal it off,
Mm-hmm.
and then you blow another bubble, and it'll go inside.
I can't get this piece.
All right. Let's get to some big boy news and a Pinuendo now. Brought to you by...
Make your life ride smoother with a healthy car special from Big O Tires for only $45. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The Trump administration has urged Romanian authorities to lift travel restrictions on influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate as they await trial on charges including human trafficking, sexual misconduct, and money laundering. He wants the Romanian authorities to lift travel restrictions because there are not enough turds free-floating in the bowl.
Because these are his people,
And
people
this is
he identifies with.
and this is important. Remember, day one, all of the things he was going to do.
37-year-old is currently under house arrest in Romania awaiting trial on human trafficking. His brother and two Romanian women are also awaiting trial. The brothers, who hold dual citizenship in the U.S. and the U.K., were arrested alongside two Romanian women on charges of human trafficking, sexual misconduct, money laundering, all of which they deny. Andrew Tate also faces an additional rape charge.
Yeah. These are social media celebrities.
Wait a minute, I thought we were deporting the rapists.
That's what I thought.
Why are we inviting the... I'm very confused.
Those rapists, not these people like Trump. So
here's a fascinating story. Jack Lasota, who publishes blog under the name Ziz, appears to be the leader of a group of anarchist computer scientists. The apparent leader of a cult-like group known as Zizians has been arrested in Maryland along with another member of the group, Maryland State Police said. Jack Lasota was arrested Sunday along with Michelle Jaco of Media, Pennsylvania. They face multiple charges, including trespassing, obstructing justice, hindering in possession of a handgun. The Zizians have been tied to the killing of a U.S. Border Patrol agent near the Canadian border in January, and 5 other homicides in Vermont, Pennsylvania, and California. Mayland was killed, this is the Border Patrol agent, killed in January at a shootout following a traffic stop in Vermont, a small town about 20 miles from the Canadian border. Officials have offered few details of the cross-country investigation, which broke open after Mayland's death. Associated Press interviews and a review of court records and online postings tell the story of how a group of young, highly intelligent computer scientists, most of them in their 20s and 30s, met online, shared anarchist beliefs, and became increasingly violent. The goals aren't clear, But online writings span topics from radical veganism and gender identity to artificial intelligence. In the middle of it all is Ziz, who appears to be the leader of this strange group of members who call themselves Zizians. She has been seen near multiple crime scenes and has connections to various suspects. Lesota published a dark and sometimes violent blog under the name Ziz, and in one section described her theory that the two hemispheres of the brain can hold separate values and genders and often desire to kill each other. Lesota, who used she and her pronouns in her writing, says she is transgender, rallied against perceived enemies, including so-called rationalist groups, which operate mostly online. Lesota reached on Monday. The authorities said that they wouldn't confirm that they... Oh, it was an attorney who said, I have represented Lesota in the past, but I can't confirm or deny any of the details.
Very strange.
Very odd. Elon Musk's 26-year-old alleged baby mama, Ashley St. Clair, furiously went public about their child because he ghosted her on Valentine's Day.
No.
The livid young conservative influencer put Musk on blast Friday, publicly posting at him on X saying that she'd been trying to communicate for the past several days, and you have not responded. While ghosting St. Clair, Musk was pictured on Thursday with another woman, mother of 3 of his children, Siobhan Zilis, who he brought with their offspring to a meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. St. Clair told the woman that she had Musk's baby in a post the following day on the evening of Valentine's Day, claiming that she had been forced to reveal her secret due to tabloid media probing her personal life.
And she also made it a point to say that it was
in vitro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like almost saying, I didn't have sex with Elon, like almost making it sound like, no,
Well,
not that. I'm just here to have his baby.
No, she didn't make it sound like that. She made it. I mean, that's what she said.
What does she think she signed up for? Of course he's not going to spend Valentine's Day with her.
I don't know.
Why would you want to spend? Why to all of it?
What? Huh? Jimmy Page has thanked fans for their humbling and inspiring reaction to the new IMAX documentary Becoming Led Zeppelin.
I hear good things about this.
The film is the first authorized account of the band's history ever to come to the screen and has been in production since first being announced in 2019. Since hitting IMAX February 5th and receiving a general cinema release 2 days later, Led Zeppelin fans have been flocking to see the film, which features new interviews with Jimmy Page, frontman Robert Plant, and bassist John Paul Jones, as well as some rare archival interviews with their late drummer John Bonham, who died way back in 1980. Page took to Instagram on Monday to send his personal thanks for the film's reception. In light of your incredible responses and the demand for the Becoming Led Zeppelin film from those of you that have either viewed it at the IMAX or during its general cinema release, I must say that feedback from fans is just humbling and inspiring, he wrote. Thanks to everyone for your enthusiasm. Guns N' Roses, Tool, Jason Momoa, and Rival Sons have been added to the bill at Black Sabbath's final reunion gig.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
Birmingham?
Is it Jason Momoa and Rival Sons? Is that what it's?
Yeah.
So he's in a band called.
Yeah.
Okay. They join already announced star-studded opening acts and special guests, including Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Lamb of God, Mastodon, Alice in Chains, Hailstorm, Gojira, and more. Guns N' Roses members Slash and Duff McKagan were also on the original bill, but now they will instead play in the full band lineup, as well as playing live against former Rage Against the Machine member Tom Morello will also serve as musical director of the show. It will be hosted and compared by Momoa.
I don't think compared.
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama, July 5th.
No. Birmingham, England.
Oh, Birmingham. It doesn't say that.
Yeah.
It says it just says Birmingham.
You can't compare Birmingham, Alabama to Birmingham, England.
I don't
Ozzy
know.
said, if I'm going to play my last show, I'm going home. That's his.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Post Malone has announced that his big-ass tour,
He owes us money for that.
will head to the United Kingdom later this summer.
We'd forgive him if he'd just come and get his best Utah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the Big A Tour kicks off in North America April 29th at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
He has lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Post Malone?
Post Malone. And he sang with Nirvana.
I posted that. It's on my Twitter if you want to see it.
He didn't seem particularly fat.
Oh, he's
No, I said he lost a lot of weight. I mean,
No,
compared to before.
he was a bigger guy.
Bigger guy.
Huh.
He's very skinny now.
Let's see. Ghostbusters. Let's see.
Are you eating Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
In the news.
In the news.
This is not real news.
All right, weather? Because we are out of time.
This isn't real news. This is just,
Weather.
It's 37 right now. Going to have a high of 42. A 20% chance of some snow flurries today. Better chance looks like Wednesday night into Thursday. But we kind of keep the same pattern going all through into first part of the weekend, it looks like. Make your life ride smoother with a healthy car special from Big O Tires. Only $45. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Listen to Radio from Hell at home when you first wake up. Just tell your smart speaker to play X.
Apply a vacation situation. Now, I know you're thinking recreation. But clearly, my definition of vacation is different from yours if you actively seek out this kind of activity. All right?
Yeah.
So,
some people
I
like
mean,
that.
not for me.
I would just say to someone like you and me, Gina, is that if someone says, let's go on a hike while we're on vacation, you say, no, that's not pleasurable. That's a workout.
It's not a vacation.
That's a workout.
I'm here to relax.
Now, I don't recall the circumstances as to why we wound up going with, because like I said, my sister-in-law scheduler. So she wanted the girls to see this hike to a waterfall.
That's one of the things.
Waimea?
No, it's Monoma. I sent the picture to Katie. Hopefully she can get it fast enough. I want to say Monoma, but it's we get there, and my brother-in-law looks at the sign, Manoa Falls. Yes, Manoa Falls Trail. And he looks at the sign. He says it's only like 1/8 of a mile.
That's not bad.
I said, well, yes, but let's also keep in mind the heat, the humidity, and it's uphill.
Yes.
So that kind of negates everything.
And there's air conditioning in the car.
Yes, that's right here.
A cool breeze at the beach.
But I just,
You went.
It was muddy and just the worst. And so we wound up going. Yes, we went.
How long did you have to slog before you got to the falls?
I didn't keep track of the time. It really was only 1/8 of a mile, but it was uphill and on some of the rockiest terrain that I've experienced and muddy. And I was just like, these dark clouds overhead, I can tell right now that if it rains, we're going to get washed down the trail. So anyway, we make it to the top of the trail. And, after stopping several times on the way up. We make it to the top of the trail. And I kept saying on the way up, I said, boy, this better be spectacular. And we get up there, and it's pretty. It's nice. Like I said, if we had the picture, we'd show you. But for some reason, email doesn't like to talk to the producer's booth. So anyway, so we enjoy the falls. We look around.
A lot of other people around?
Yeah, quite a few other people. So as we're hiking back down, stumbling back down, I decided to make the best of this situation.
Okay.
And so I started saying to people, don't worry, guys, it's only another 5 miles.
So to people going up?
They're coming up.
As they're coming
down.
up,
Yeah.
It's only another 5 miles, guys. You're on your way. And they're
so close.
They'd be like, thanks for making me laugh, whatever.
Yeah.
So as we're heading down, we're down to the bottom of the trailhead, and here comes this woman, and she's got this big floppy straw hat on, and a lovely Hawaiian print dress. You've seen those like full length kind of dresses. Sure. They go down to the ground, and it's like this lovely, papaya color and white, and it's got flowers, and she's carrying a grocery sack. And she had these nice shoes on and everything, and I just said, ma'am, you are the best dressed person on the trail today. She went, thank you. I'm scattering my mother's ashes.
Nice. Well, yeah, you want to dress up for that.
I'm scattering my mother's ashes.
That's nice.
She wanted to be at the waterfall.
And I went,
a grocery bag of ashes.
A grocery bag of ashes. And so I just I went, well, I said, well,
Oh, there's the picture. Now it's there.
there's me and my niece Izzy at the waterfall.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I said to her, spreading my mother's ashes, and I just was kind of stunned for a moment. Her name was Agnes. I went, I said, well,
that's God bless her.
and I thought there's nothing that I could say that would be weirder. So I thought I'd try. I said, well, may the gates of Stovacor be wide open when Agnes arrives.
Nice.
What is that?
I said, just tell her I said hi, all right? Yeah. And walked away.
Her name is Agnes.
That's sweet.
And that's when Sue said, did you just meet that woman from White Lotus? Is
Yes.
that her? Is that the real life one?
Yes.
That's her in real life, isn't it?
You know what's fun to do to piss people off when you're hiking? Is start singing, I love to go a-wandering along the mountain track. And just do that as loud as you can.
I mean, so when you travel with kids, you need to keep them occupied. I understand
activities. I get it.
that.
Board games are nice.
But I also understand that Carrie Jackson, you have not had a vacation in 3 years.
Well, Gina, there are those who would say that every day of my life is a vacation.
I'd say that.
But
I
mean, and here are the shoes that I wore in this muddy hike.
Well, they're pristine.
These pristine white shoes. We weren't ready for those, and neither was some of these people that were hiking up. They had like these sandals on and stuff. They were not ready. And I'll bring up the phone interface, and there she is, magically appearing.
It's time to talk to our delightful friend from Nightingale College, Elena Wood. Good morning, Elena.
Good morning, delightful. I really like that.
Well, you are delightful. You
kind.
you want to tell us how to take care of our horts?
Our hort?
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to tell you how to take care of your heart.
Okay.
February is American Heart Month, so it felt very important to cover today. First thing we'll want to do is to know your numbers. And these are numbers like your blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and even your blood sugar number.
Telephone number, social security number.
Telephone number, yes, your home address, those kinds of things also.
Can we talk about checking blood pressure?
Yeah, I was going to just say, I had no idea I had high blood pressure because it's not always something that you can feel that you have. And I went to the doctor and she's like, hey, we
So
get you on medication.
Checking your blood pressure is easy these days with these little cuffs that they have. So I think somebody told me you should do it first thing in the morning. Check your blood pressure. I just don't have time to do that in the morning. Do you have to do it in the morning? Do you have to do it in the morning?
You don't have to do it in the morning. Part of the recommendation is that you do it at the same time each day so that you have a really steady baseline.
Gotcha.
Also, generally, first thing in the morning, we haven't gotten super stressed out about the day yet.
Mm-hmm.
We still have our resting heart rate from our sleep, at least in theory. And so that's where that recommendation comes from. But if that doesn't work for you, maybe after you get home from work, you can sit and relax for a few minutes and test it then.
That's what I'll do. What's next?
Next is to reduce stress. And we've talked a lot about this, I know. So practices like setting healthy boundaries, taking time for yourself, doing meditation, reading, listening to music, just anything that can kind of help you feel that calm and peace in your life.
Is moving to Europe on that list?
Oh, for
Could
some
be.
of us it might be.
Okay, what's next?
Next, of course, is to eat a balanced diet. And this includes plenty of fiber, healthy fats, fruits and vegetables, and of course, like I always say, drinking lots and lots of water.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Next is sleep. And I know this is a big one for all of you.
Yes.
I could hear the groans before I even said it. So studies have shown anywhere between 7 to 9 hours at night is ideal for most adults. And it might be different for you just based on your own physical attributes as well as lifestyle things. So just try and find the sweet spot for you. And if you're not able to get enough sleep at night, a nap does count.
All right, good.
There, I got permission to nap from
Good.
Elena.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Granted. Next is to try to get more active, moving our bodies more and more each day. And this can be formal exercise, like going to the gym, taking a fitness class. This can also be informal exercise, such as parking our cars further away, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, just little things like that that we can do to add a tiny bit into each day.
All right, I'll try.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I know you do. Nobody wants me to live longer than Elena does.
I really care deeply.
What's next?
Next is to stop smoking.
See, Bill, you did that.
I did that.
For Elena, not for anybody
I did it
else.
for Elena.
For Elena.
Wow, I don't even know what to do with all of this responsibility.
Just enjoy it.
Okay.
It means you're important.
Oh, wow. You are flattering me today. I don't even know what to do with all of this.
Now, they say, so you said here vaping is slightly less harmful. I guess that is true.
Slightly.
Yes, slightly less harmful, but it does still have some of those negative impacts. And one of the things that does happen with vaping is people tend to do it a little bit more. So I think they make up for the little less harm in the amount that they're doing.
But it tastes like bubble gum.
I know. So fun. Just chew some bubble gum.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Anything else we need to do?
Those are all of the things for taking care of your heart health today.
And
good enough.
Be in love if you can. That helps.
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's a good way to end.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, good feelings. I love that.
If you want to find out more, what should you do, Elena Wood?
You can learn more about this as well as Nightingale's great programs by visiting nightingale.edu.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. We'll talk to you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Sounds great. Bye.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to take a break. We will be back after these messages and a song to crawl towards the exits. Stand by.
You can watch Radio from Hell live on YouTube.
Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
So we did Hello, Yeah, What a few minutes ago where folks were calling in. And sometimes when we do that feature, people call in with baby names. And they say, oh, we're having a kid, and here we want to run some names by you, which we appreciate it when you do that. We can hopefully help alleviate a lot of childhood trauma by steering you away from a bad name.
We know what's a good name and what's a bad name.
Well, this list is baby names from the early 1900s that no one uses anymore, and maybe it's time for them to
Bring them back.
bring them back.
Is Elmer on the list?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Number one on the list, Mildred.
Mildred is a very old-fashioned name. I don't object to it, but
It was a top 10 name back in 1900. There are no new Mildreds anymore.
Colonel Potter's wife.
I'm not sure how I
Mildred.
feel about Mildred.
How about Ethel? How do you feel about Ethel?
Still not even
Still
sure
not
about
great?
Ethel.
I'm not. I don't mind it. It is old-fashioned.
Gladys.
That I don't care for that.
Out of all those,
Because here's the reason. My grandfather had was it his aunt, I think, so someone in the family that he didn't like, and he always referred to her as glad ass.
And that's see, so that's a good example of how we work through names so kids don't get made fun of.
Glad ass.
Clarence. When was the last time you ran into a Clarence?
Yeah, no, I don't know one. And I don't care for that too much.
Bessie. Now, we have a history with Bessie.
Yeah.
The milk beast. The milk beast. And more often you think of cows named Bessie, but people named.
I would maybe.
No?
Boy, I'm just not sure about any
so
of these.
far, no?
Yeah.
Bertha.
No.
Bertha,
No, I
just too old-fashioned.
I grew up. There was an old German lady in the town, Bertha Darter. Was her name. Bless her, she was nice. But,
you can't picture a little kid.
Yeah, to me, it's
Bertha
always...
starts kindergarten next year. You don't...
Exactly.
See, I kind of like Ethel starts kindergarten next year.
Ethel.
How about Earl?
Earl, sure.
There are no little kids named Earl.
Earl's a good. Go with Earl.
Earl's solid.
Yeah.
Name a girl.
Earl, how you doing, Earl?
Well, how do you like my nice green suit?
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Gertie.
That's
You
tough.
call her Gert.
Gertie.
Gert or
Gertie's
Gertie.
cute.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of cute, I guess.
Herbert.
Herbert.
Herb. Well, you'd be Herb, yeah.
Yeah, Herb.
Or Herb.
Oh, here's Elmer, Bill.
Elmer's there?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That is hard.
Is Ralph on the list?
It says if you choose Elmer, expect to get a lot of glue jokes in the future.
Yeah, stay away from
that's
Elmer,
the problem. Agnes.
Agnes.
Agnes. My girlfriend, Agnes.
Agnes.
Minnie. I feel like Minnie's come back.
An old coworker of ours is married to a woman named Agnes.
That's true.
She's beautiful.
Minnie, you'd be good.
Minnie?
I like Minnie.
Minnie Driver?
Sure.
Minnie the Moocher?
Blanche.
Blanche.
No,
Blanche, I think, is acceptable now because of the resurgent popularity of Golden Girl.
But I don't see baby Blanche.
I went to school with a girl her name was Blanche Belliston.
That's kind of a pretty name.
Which I thought was nice.
Thelma.
Thelma.
I like Thelma.
That's going to make a comeback because of this cartoon.
No, that's Velma with a V.
Oh, that's right. It's Velma.
Yeah.
Lloyd. You
Lloyd.
never meet any little boys named Lloyd.
I had an uncle named Lloyd, and he was a bit thick, but Lloyd.
Bernard.
Bernard.
Or Bernard.
Bernie. Or Bernard. Yeah.
Bernard.
Bernard, yeah.
Bernard, that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Fanny.
No.
Ooh, that's tough.
No.
Stay out of England.
Yeah, there's...
Yeah,
no. Bernice.
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 I called you Bernice. That's funny. I saw a picture of Abe Vigoda yesterday, and the first thing when I saw his picture, I went, "Yes, Bernice." That was in my head.
Just in your head.
Those are
right
both
there.
from Agnes and
Agnes. Yes.
From that
because Inspector what's his name's
Barney
wife
Miller?
was
Barney Miller,
Agnes. Yes.
And finally, Milton.
Milton. I'm okay with Milton.
Milt?
It's kind of high class sounding if you use the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's, Milton, he's off to kindergarten now.
Somebody says, I have fifth grader named Ralph and kindergartners named Mildred. There's a little girl in my neighborhood named Agatha.
Agatha?
I wonder if you're going to get that from
the
WandaVision.
WandaVision show.
They call her. I'm sure they call her Aggie.
Well, then they come with a theme song. It was Agatha all along.
Our dog's named Mildred. You named your dog Mildred?
Mildred?
Metal Shop Mark's grandmother's Mildred.
Oh, Agnes is Skinner's mother on The Simpsons.
That's right.
Agatha. I don't know.
See, the names in my family. My mother's name was an odd name that you never hear much anymore. Nola.
Nola, yeah.
There aren't. You don't find Nolas anymore.
No.
Well, and you don't find my mother's name anywhere. Elma.
Even in Utah?
Elma.
Isn't that a Utah name?
I think it's gone.
Oh.
I think she was the last and took it with her. Took it with her to the grave, Elma. And you don't have my grandmother's name. She took it to the grave,
What's
too.
her?
That's a good one.
Zana.
Zana.
That's a cool name.
Zana?
Sounds well.
Z-O-N-N-A.
If you're for Zana, it sounds like you're from another planet.
Zana. So, yeah.
I have Grandma Fern.
Yeah, that's pretty old-fashioned.
Marjorie.
Marge.
Oh, Marge.
Anita.
You don't do Marge because it's large Marge.
No.
You don't.
Oh,
Nita, yeah.
Anita.
Nita, I liked.
Yeah.
We knew Anita, didn't we? Nita.
We
knew a girl named Nita.
Nita, yeah. Who is that?
N-I-T-A.
Yeah.
She's blonde.
I can't remember.
I thought she was a friend of yours.
I mean, maybe.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere. In the brain.
So, but if you're having kids, if you've decided that's something you want to do, check with us with their names before.
Maybe that's our X poll tomorrow. Is the tell us about your strange family names.
Although before you even get to the name part, just maybe rethink the thing about having kids.
Yeah,
we need human capital stock, Bill. You can't discourage people from having
workers.
children.
That's right. We need
human
workers.
Capital stock.
The human capital stock has to be
You'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
On this day, I accidentally played that song. I didn't mean to.
You tripped and fell into Imagine Dragons.
What did you mean to play?
I didn't. Anything but.
There are people that enjoyed that, Gary.
There were. I'm just not one of them.
It's not all about you.
Oh, well, I'm sitting here.
He can make it all about him if he wants.
You have control.
At this, this board is at my disposal.
Maybe the universe heard a cry somewhere out in the wilderness of somebody needing to hear that song.
Imagine Dragons!
and it made their morning.
Maybe it was a subconscious thing. All right. Let's see. We got the promo.
Do we? Okay.
Yep.
I bet I do. Yeah, I sure do.
Ready?
Yeah.
A long weekend gives more opportunities for things that must go.
Certainly. More time traveling, more time with the family. Something is bothering you.
Put those things in an email and whisk it off to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Whisk it off. That phrase must go.
You don't whisk off an email.
I'm whisking one off right now, and you can't stop me.
You can't stop her. There she goes. Radio from Hell Wednesday morning here on X96.
You know what I just realized?
What's that, Gina?
So Elena Wood gave me permission to nap.
Yeah.
As you were... I am not going to be able to do that.
No. This is what I said to my wife when I saw the post.
You have a puppy.
Gina got a puppy.
There are no naps.
I'm like, Gina, what is she doing to herself?
Well,
this is going to completely screw up her lifestyle.
There are no naps. Because Mohammed's in charge when he's home, but he's in school.
Exactly.
Listen, this is a perfect dog. When you nap, by God, that dog will nap.
Maybe it will.
You've curated it that way. I know you have.
I think I'm going to have to, cordon off an area around the couch. So I can nap on the couch, and the dog can only go so far.
She's curating the dog's behavior.
She
doesn't train. She curates.
Yeah.
I would really like it.
Call our friend, the dog trainer. And
Jen, I am going to call
Jen
Jen.
and ask her, is there a command for nap?
Nap. We're both napping right now together.
Why don't you look at the dog with those big puppy dog eyes of yours and say, I really need some rest.
Mama would really like a half an hour on the couch. Please.
A nap.
I'm sure that'd work.
All right.
Now I need a nap.
Oh, let's see. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I really do love washing my thumbs.
Artie Fufkin is next.
Be kind.